Hey, Craig.
All
Hey,
right,
buddy.
folks. Good to see you. Who would like to recap from last session for inspiration?
I vote not me because that requires talking, and I've done it twice in a row.
That is true.
Okay, I can try.
Yeah.
Well, you met Valor down by the docks after the boy prophet Sprite Pepsi claimed he could take you to a friend. After some sidebar, we did convince him that it was better to go down the river, and so then we went about arranging that and then arranging to hide until then. Through a conversation with the criminal mastermind, who's apparently Zentarum, whatever the hell that means. We arranged for a hiding place and then spent a lot of time chatting and kind of deciding what we wanted to do. The crux of which was accidentally, apparently, giving Sprite Pepsi justification to try to run and therefore directly oppose whatever's in his head, and result being where we're at now. In addition to that, we had the Great Blanket Heist, where we had to, well, not we, two of us invaded a castle to get a blanket back, which we then handed to an imp to run around the city. So it was uh, sort of it was probably a net neutral. Uh, Let me think. Then, yeah, it was mostly a bottle episode because we spent a lot of it chatting, trying to plan, thinking about what to do. But the stuff that happened at the end was essentially that we found out because Decker tracked him down. Decker tracked him down, and then our handy dandy pterodactyl Quetzalcoatl druid saved them. And now we're on the outskirts of the city, and I feel like I'm almost doing this in like Valor's bits and pieces. Like, what do you remember about stuff? Now we're on the outskirts of the city, plotting for how we're actually going to do this. A really good dispel magic roll did buy Sprite Pepsi a moment of reprieve, but
Mm-hmm.
we're kind of in the shit now.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. And I've got your plan written out, which is step 1, get Sprite, Pepsi, and Decker on the boat. Step 2, try and get allies / potential temporary replacement leadership from church. 3, inform Captain Vance and hope he signs on, otherwise kill him. Step 4, Oryx, disguised as Sprite Pepsi, is turned in and we say we want to negotiate reward. 5 is go time. 6 is celebrate our lopsided victory, which I love. All right, so we have Zira, who headed back into town to talk to a priest and also acquire some sedatives. Everyone else is outside the city wall behind a hill. And what would you all like to do?
Sort of glossed over the whole blanket heist, but
I mean, blanket heist is pretty much exactly that. Well, I
It
mean,
was
you
a
guys
very good blanket
did
heist.
make a Panrin now definitely like a wanted criminal and known face within town as well.
Blanket heist was like the slapstick interlude B plot to the episode. This very slow levitation, the poking your head around the corner and having a fight. I suppose most importantly, we learned about their poison weapons, which is a significant piece of information that I don't know if you guys knew.
Yep.
Okay. Arix, what are you doing? What are you thinking, and what would you like to do at this point?
um, I don't know, honestly. A little bit, not overwhelmed, but just kind of out of the element of Sprite Pepsi's down. Nothing I can do about that. I can't just walk in and murder the Duke right now, so... Planning. I could go visit Pete at the temple, but that'd be awkward with Pete gone.
I'm there.
You went to the Lathander temple?
Yes, to hire a priest to escort Deckard and Sprite Pepsi to try and keep them like safe,
Right.
warded. Yes.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I got
And
hung
that's
up
where
on
I'm
the
hanging
boat part.
out.
So yeah, that. I think that would be Oryx's first stop at this point,
All right, to go to the temple.
but not without letting everybody know, because
Right.
hey, where'd Oryx go in the human town? Oh man.
So do you put on a disguise or no?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Because have we had a long rest? I don't think we've had a long rest since yesterday.
Nope.
Or since the blanket heist.
No.
Okay, so I'm down to a spell slot.
Okay.
No, 2 spell slots. I have 3 now. That's right.
Wow, big shooter. All right.
All right. Ouch.
Well, listen. It's a big deal for an artificer. All right. Okay. So yeah, you can head back into town. Does anyone else want to go back into town?
Oh, if we're all waiting out here, I will wait, because I am still exhausted from staying up to keep an eye on Sprite Pepsi, which, did wonders for everything.
True. That is very true.
We do need to come up with a plan to get Sprite Pepsi on that boat.
Hear me out, and weirdly, this might be comforting for him. We can get a box. We have his blanket. Maybe we pick up a pillow on the way, and we met Valor yesterday on the docks moving cargo boxes, right?
Yeah.
It would not be at all weird for Valor to be there moving a box.
What about me? Because they know me now, and I could fit in a box, but this wouldn't. And she lifts her staff.
We should definitely avoid the gate.
One issue at a time.
If we go along the river, perhaps we will not have to cross the gate.
As I recall, we can get to the docks without having to go into town first.
True.
They are just to the west.
Yeah, that is true, but there is
Docks are
there's
just to the west?
it's right on the map, but it's south, I think. That is true, but there is, higher guard force now, and you guys know that because of the manhunt. So you wouldn't have to pass through a gate, or like any checkpoint, but there's still a chance of being seen.
Decker, can you disguise yourself?
No, I cannot. Even if I could, I have a pretty distinct movement pattern.
Feel like going for a swim?
I guess I could swim. Yeah, I could swim through the river.
I was going to say if we kind of combine a few steps of our plan, and Oryx will air quote, Sprite Pepsi, and then just in case anybody didn't get it, she makes a very big, obvious thumb point at herself, is getting turned in, that would be less guards on the port. There'd be no reason to have them there if they know where he is.
So, push everything to kind of move all at once, like faster than otherwise. Because it sounded like you guys were planning on having us go on the boat and then waiting till you were ready to go to the keep. But this kind of sounds like this would all be happening very quickly and with very little time between.
Yeah, that would complicate things. But if the two of you move into position while we deal with the rest of the plan and hold until we're done, I guess that doesn't solve the issue.
They are likely
him
better off hiding out here until the time.
Well, yes, I would agree with that, but I think that means we should get them on the boat and get them on the move as quickly as possible. Because the more time we wait, the more likely it is that those guards will start fanning out outside of the city.
Just to ask really quick, what's the timetable? I haven't adjusted the leaving time for the boat, so it's basically going at earliest it can once I get there and give them the payment. How many hours is that left? Because we weren't really given specific, like how much time we spent in the safe room.
Okay. I think I said that it's like early afternoon for you guys right now, and the like time that I kind of had intended the earliest that you'd be able to acquire a ship was like 6 p.m. And right now it's like maybe 2.
Okay, cool. Just want to
Yeah.
get that straight.
Faye, have any input?
No. I'm thinking about it, but I don't have anything meaningful to say yet.
Okay.
Valor will pipe up then and say, "One thing at a time then. First we will hide the boy prophet. We should move further away from the walls."
Decker begins to pull herself up, and
Okay,
then
would you like me to carry you?
no, I'm fine. And
It is no
then
bother.
as if to kind of prove the point, she then picks up Sprite Pepsi and puts his head on her shoulder, and then uses her crippled arm to hold him in place, and then starts walking. I guess that would make that eastward, farther from the wall.
Yep. Let's find a good place to hunker down until Zira gets back, and perhaps we should make some attempt to acquire a box and a pillow while Zira is securing a priest and some drugs. Out of character, it sounds like I'd much rather go to Zira's party than the box and the pillow party.
I could make a box.
What?
I mean, I could make a box. Like, we don't need to steal one. I could make one.
Decker looks around at the natural foliage and things around. With what?
Well, I mean, I'm not wanted. I can just walk back into town and buy box stuff to make a box with.
Well, then why don't you just buy a box?
This is a fair point.
That's a good point, actually.
No, I don't know. I didn't think that stealing the box was this immediate. I thought just acquiring a box, which is usually done through exchange of coin. I thought that's what you all meant.
We
Kind of.
lived in the wilderness for a long time. And
Also
I
fair
make most
point.
of my things myself because it's cheaper than buying them. But
How many sticks makes a box?
Too many to harvest right now. We
you
have
need
guards.
boards.
I do not have sharp implements.
I have a lot. I gesture to the tools all over my body. But that's not
Ah,
the point. The point is that it'll probably just be faster to buy a box, which
Yeah.
I'm gonna go do.
Yeah.
Anyone want to come with me?
I'm heading into the temple. I'll go with you.
Great.
do you think there is greater danger in there or out here?
Almost
Prob-
certainly in town. The guards have more presence.
Do you think my presence will complicate your mission?
It'll draw attention to us for sure.
Yes, I am known.
Although if we don't have Sprite Pepsi, that might be worthwhile.
Ah, you mean to lend credence to your lie?
I just meant if there are guards looking at us, they're not looking for Sprite Pepsi.
Would you rather I accompanied you or stayed here?
Or just sort of looks at Faye and shrugs.
Faye also shrugs.
Do you intend to meet with the captain while you are in town?
No. No, that is a thing to do when we can afford to draw attention to ourselves. So after Sprite Pepsi is out of town.
Decca and I'll be fine looking after Sprite Pepsi, Valor. We might have an easier time staying hidden in the woods without a large, shiny object.
This is true. Also, I do not spend time in the woods. My presence out here is suspicious.
Great, get going then.
Farewell. Valor
Oop.
starts walking towards the city.
I guess we should go, Faye. Stay safe, Razor Decker.
We'll do. Safe journeys.
Okay.
Uh,
You.
One
Yeah?
last thing while we're walking. I think, like, as Valor's walking, they'll call back to the rest and say, if they try to apprehend me, what should I do? Do I resist?
No? No.
Have you done anything to worry about?
I have not. Well, I suppose I did harbor a fugitive. But
Yeah,
not
but
that they know.
don't know that. Yeah,
Go ahead and admit that one.
If they try to take me into custody, there may be an issue.
Let's worry about that if they actually try to take you or any of us into custody. For now, we're just going into town.
Fair enough.
You three going back into town are regarded with mild suspicion, but are allowed in. They're not worried about people coming in. They're worried about people leaving. And you can go and acquire a box. I should have been looking up how much that costs, but I don't think it's going to be very much at all. Come on. What else? Well, what else would you like to do in town then? Because Oryx was going to do something.
That's it for me. I don't know if
I will spend the next however many hours holding the box and walking back and forth along the docks, trying to look inconspicuous with the box. Waiting for a signal essentially to like walk to the edge of the dock, set it down, shove a child in, and then walk. Basically mimicking mimicking Valor's normal day, but just with an empty box and not actually setting it down.
Very, very.
Right. Just walking back and forth, setting the box down, picking the exact same box up, and walking 10 feet to the
Like,
left.
this is probably not the first time that they've done this before.
Right.
Okay. Faye and Oryx, is there anything else that you want to do in town?
I was just heading to the temple.
Okay. To meet with Zira, yeah.
Zira and the new head priest that I've spoken to. Well, I mean, not new head priest, but the other priest that I spoke to after Pete and I talked to the guy who is now missing.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And before I go into the temple, I will find a place to kind of hide and turn myself into Panrin.
Are you sure?
Yeah, like right outside the temple, because the priest has only
Okay.
ever spoken to Panrin, not Oryx.
Okay. All right. Okay. Then we'll say just so that you can meet up with Zira, that Zira, you acquired the potions first, and you already got the payment for that taken care of, yeah? June? Oh wait, she's AFK. Okay, then never mind then. We'll have her like come in at the end of whatever your interaction will be.
And I'm back.
Oh, okay. June, did you already take off the gold for your we're gonna call them sleeping potions,
Yes, I did.
but yeah. That makes it sound worse, but the reason I'm saying that is because the spell sleep only lasts for a minute, but this is
Mhm.
just gonna act factually help him sleep. Okay. So when you make it back to the temple to talk with the priest, Oryx disguised as Panrin, which have you seen Panrin?
Nope.
No, you've obviously you've seen Panrin, but I don't think you've seen Oryx as Panrin.
Not even a little bit.
Yeah. Love this. All right.
Really? Oh boy.
Yeah.
No, you're right.
Okay, so Oryx, you can talk with the priest. Would you talk with okay, so do you want to talk with the individual that you spoke with this morning, or the individual who Zira has enlisted?
The one I have spoken to previously, so the one I spoke to this morning.
Okay, so his name is Malachi, and he will speak with you whenever you'd like.
Write his name down. And I will Oryx. Laughing thinking about it, Oryx will do her best to take on Panrin's sort of like cadence, the way he speaks, which of course will be horrifically bad, because I have no performance or anything like that. And oh god, I can't remember Panrin. Other than
That's so awful.
It really is. It's because I keep everything I keep doing keeps going to either Pete or Vicaris.
Well, it's just Pete without sounding like he's a choir boy.
pretty much. It's Pete plus
So-
confidence.
Pete without sounding like a choir boy. So not Pete is what.
Right. Right. Well,
Love you,
okay.
Doug.
Uh,
When you listen to this,
It's just lose the inflection that you're always super innocent and you're always on the rise, and just go straight, just straight.
just. Did you say? Are you saying straight as in play it straight? Like
the inflection,
okay.
not like you're asking permission, rather you're saying things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And be on the brink of taking offense at any small comment.
That too, and sprinkling some shit as well in there.
All right, sorry. Let's get it. Let's get into
hey,
this.
Malachi, got a question.
Oh my god. Yes. How can I help you?
I'm just going as Ted. There's no way that I'm going to try to be Doug.
Yes. How can I help you?
Good.
You had any luck finding the head priest? Other guy that we met with, whose name that Ted totally wrote down somewhere?
No, Raymond has not come in today.
It's getting late. Shouldn't he have been back by now?
I mean, everyone's allowed time away from the temple, but it is concerning. I have intentions to go and look around after we close the temple for the evening. But as the standing high priest, I should not leave the temple until sundown.
If you want, I can go check wherever you're gonna go check. Save you a few hours of worry.
By all means, yes. And he gives you an address in the house. Yeah, Zira, you can be close enough by that you can at least see and hear what is happening. He gives you an address that's not far from where you are.
All right, if I find anything, I will come back and let you know. Is there anywhere else in town he might go if he's not at his house? Like,
Well, he might have. Very unlikely, but it is possible that he has gone to the keep to confer with the Duke. But often, if he were to do that in particular, he would wait until after sundown himself. I can only imagine if he's not here now, I can only assume that he is unwell and home resting.
isn't like making people feel better sort of what your priests do?
Yes, but there is time when one deserves privacy, and the demands of temple work are intense, particularly for a high priest.
Yeah, no, that tracks. That makes sense. I'll take your word for that. All right, well, I'm going to go see if I can find him. I'll be right back. And Panrix will turn around and leave.
Before Panrix, as Panrix is leaving, Zira sticks out her staff to across his chest as she's just kind of reclining in one of the pews, and says, "I never took you for a holy man.
Oh, definitely not.
What are you doing here?"
Well, came here with Pete when we were talking to the high priest the first time, the guy that's gone missing. I was just seeing if he turned up. Gonna go look around.
How do you know Pete? Is he Zentarum too?
That feel when you're part of the sense, but you don't know thieves can't.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I do know thieves can't, but fuck it. Why not? Who's gonna
Let's just
arrest
have
me
an
in the
open
church?
conversation about this in public. Don't worry about it.
Anyways,
I
you know
met-
Pete?
Yeah, of course I know Pete. Why wouldn't I know Pete?
Are you sick?
No?
You sound funny.
Yes. You gonna come with me to check this priest out, or are you going back to the others, or what's the plan here?
Zira looks up at Panrix
It should be kind of clear here.
with the
Sounds
voice.
100% like Oryx
It
because
sounds 100% like Oryx. Okay. Oryx?
yes.
Oh. Yeah, no, sorry. You fooled me for a second. Oh no, I forgot what Panrin sounds like. Anyways, you're going to investigate the house of the High Priest?
Yeah, that's my plan.
Okay.
Be honest, I could probably use some help because I am real tired. And this has been a long day. We got more running to do, possibly fighting to do later.
Yeah. Hopefully not fighting to do later. Let's save that for tomorrow. But yeah. Well, I'll go with you. Let me just how long do you think this will be before SP gets back on the boat?
I'm gonna be honest, I really don't expect to find him there. I'm just kind of part of this is show and part of this is hoping that he made a note or wrote something down at his place before he went to see the Duke last night.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Sounds about good. Let's make it quick. And Zero will leave with Panrix, but not before telling the priest that she hired that she'll be back, and if not, to just meet her at the docks at the designated time, like at 6.
Mhm.
Okay.
No problem.
Oh,
Okay.
hey, Zira. How's it going?
Are you outside?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
they came with me.
Yeah, I was waiting.
Oh, yeah,
Oryx,
and
do you keep disguise?
Once we are out, I will drop disguise.
Okay. Then never mind. Continue.
I got one slot left later if I need to talk to the priest again.
Well, how is everything?
You know what? It lasts for an hour and it's not concentration. Maybe I should keep it. No, because Panrin is wanted. Wanted for questioning at the very least.
Mm-hmm. Did you get the priest?
Yeah, they're
What?
gonna meet us at the docks when it's time.
Cool.
I was gonna
I got-
hang out here, but since you guys came,
I got the address for the high priest's place. I'm gonna check it out. Hope something's there that proves he went to go see the Duke.
hold on, one sec.
Are you gonna remain unseen this time? Because as far as we know, it could be an active crime scene at this point.
No one saw Oryx. It's fine.
Yes. Yeah, I guess that's true.
Everybody messes up sometimes. It's fine. Happens.
I urge you to not be seen this time.
Okay, well, floating slowly through a field, not field, yard. That's the word I'm. Look, let's just go.
Okay. You guys go to the house that is, you find out, like around the corner.
Makes sense.
And yeah, it's a very small house. It looks more like it's a part of a complex as well. And the windows are curtained, and the front door would be locked. You do not see light through the curtains either.
Is this a busy street?
I would say most likely under ordinary circumstances, no, but with the heavier patrol of guards, it's a little bit more bustly than you would expect, than you would anticipate.
clarify real quick. The door that is locked is the door specifically to this guy's residence or to the complex in which his residence is found?
To his own, to a private house. Well, an apartment.
Zira snaps twice and resummons her imp invisible in front of her and commands it telepathically to try the windows, just see if they're open.
He does and does not seem to be able to open them.
She unsummons them real quick. All right. Front windows are. Oh, actually, she goes again. Is there a chimney on this building?
Yes, there would be.
All right, down the hatch.
There would actually be several chimneys, like one for each one of the apartments, because each one would have to have their own fireplace.
Is there smoke coming out of any of the other ones?
Yes, we'll say there's like 8 within the complex, and at least 4 of them have fire.
All right. Then probably the closest one to this house that is not burning anything.
Oh boy.
It's invisible, so. Or should I do a?
Huh?
Oh, I didn't say anything.
Okay. All right.
What do I see?
While crawling down, you hear voices.
Huh. Interesting. I'll continue down.
Okay. And you are in a living room with a family and some children.
And right back up. Whew.
Can you make me a stealth check?
Yes, I can. Imp. Tools. Imp. That thing. Let's get stealth with advantage. With advantage? And invisible,
Yes.
so
Yeah.
should be.
You're lucky. Okay. You can get back up without an issue, and are you gonna keep trying this?
Yep.
Okay. Why don't you make
s-
me 3
so-
more? Yeah.
I think instead of is there any sort of like layout to this, any sort of reason to this madness? Because if we're just in front of the door, we can just go down the one that's on top of this roof, correct?
Not necessarily, because there's not really any way to be like, you can kind of cross out some of them, but not all of them. Like anyone that has smoke coming out, sure. One that's like farther to the south or whatever, probably not that one. But that does mean like there were 2 that were
All right,
like
then
yeah.
then there are 2. Let's do it.
Yeah.
2 more stealth checks with advantage.
Yeah.
To keep up appearances, I will
Hmm.
knock on the door also.
First one is
Okay.
12. Oh, sorry. First one is 21. The other one's 12.
Okay, both of those pass a commoner's passive perception, so that's fine. All right, and Oryx, when you knock on the door, there is no response as you're, because this is going to take a minute as you're waiting for the imp to finally find the place that doesn't have anybody inside. Well, actually, let me just roll a luck check real quick. Okay, yes. In the one other that could possibly be this one, there is still another person in there. So you find the one that has nobody inside. That you have to at that point assume would be the priest's the priest's house. Although you've not seen this priest, it occurs to me.
No, I have not. No.
So you might have already been in his house.
Well, presumably he's missing. So if there's like a dude milling about, I'm just gonna.
There, you do find one apartment that has nobody inside.
Okay. So I am going to try and make my way to the front door and unlock it.
Okay. Rx, can you make me a perception check?
Buttons.
Okay. You hear the lock clicking on the other side of the door that you're standing in front of, or at least like the turning of a key or something. Like you can hear a mechanism moving in the door.
Ah, someone's home.
And then the imp opens the door, and it's invisible, so the
Why,
door's-
the door
yes.
just swings open.
We would love to come inside, and I will walk inside.
I
Welcome
elbow
to my
Arik.
humble abode, it says from behind the door.
I kind of grab it like a cat as I'm walking in.
It
From
starts
the
like
doorknob.
scratching your wrist, trying to get you to let it go.
I snap and it unsummons.
You do know having a bad relationship with this thing will prove bad for you, right?
You know, that's fine.
Sometimes it can be that way.
Okay,
I close the door behind me if I am the last person there.
oh, hold on. Actually, I'm so sorry. The imp could not make it into that building at all. Like
Why not?
it like down that chimney. It would have gotten stuck.
At what-
It would have been trying it, like basically about maybe 4 or 5 feet from the chimney, from the fireplace. It would have gotten stuck.
Imp,
It can't pass.
imps can turn
As a
into
spider?
centipedes.
Spider or centipede?
They can turn
Spiders.
into a centipede. They can't turn into a spider.
Oh, right.
It still remains a fiend, correct?
Correct. Sorry.
You warded him.
No, it's
Ow.
polymorph, so no. No?
Okay. All right.
Also, it can change into a spiral.
Okay.
It's not a centipede.
Okay, so it can get in, but then it can't operate the lock.
Maybe I was thinking of
I mean,
one.
it can transform back when I'm
Yeah,
within
it can-
100 feet. I can
it-
just telepathically tell it to do that.
It can
It
transform into an-
cannot.
The house is warded against fiends.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, I see.
That makes sense for a high priest.
It sure does. Well,
Huh.
My apologies for that one. I had that set, but I forgot the fucking imp was a fiend.
Well, it'll crawl back out the door and
I mean, you have 3 people here who have proficiency in thieves' tools.
we are also in a busy street, but I do have invisibility, so I guess that's... Should I?
I can try
Uh,
to force it also.
should you what?
Turn invisible, pick the lock, just open the door like somebody's home.
I mean, if you want to step out of sight before you turn invisible, yeah, sure.
I feel like that was implied.
Sorry.
You would think, but I spend a lot of time with Panrin, and I don't take anything as implied anymore.
Uh-huh. Right, that makes a lot of sense, actually.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we could also both just shield Oryx. She's kind of small. No
yeah,
offense.
maybe. I'm taller than Faye. We should shield Faye.
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
Also, I have
What's-
a big hat. Well, I guess Faye has a big hat also.
Thanks for finding the GIF where you get stuck. It's a very good edit.
Faye, if you would, please.
Yep.
Arix, are you using Grovel Cower Beg?
No, I accidentally just clicked on my sheet.
Okay, that's fine.
I will
All
die
right.
having never used that ability, and I will feel good about it.
Yeah, that seems very weird. Okay. It is a simple lock, so that's not an issue. The door opens as if you had used a key to enter.
Dope.
Wonderful.
Can anyone? Well, I guess it's too late now.
What are you gonna say?
Check for magic alarms. I set one sometimes. I mean, he's a hype. That's not really a priest thing, though. So, whatever. In we go.
Also,
Okay.
if he finds us, that would be great.
Magic alarm would be weird because
Valid
it would
point.
assume that no one could have visitors.
I mean, if it's a mental alarm, and then you just ignore it when it goes off when you know people are coming.
I mean, someone else have to set it once every.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure the high priest can get it. You know, it doesn't matter. It's all hypothetical.
Anyways, door closes behind them.
Okay. You enter this very clearly still like a single dude's apartment, but it's not horrible. It's still like well cleaned, but pretty sparse. But there are shelves nailed to the
Vaguely
wall.
offended?
You know the thing. It's a thing. Um, like a young single dude, like a dude who's been on his own for a very short period
Bachelor
of time.
pad.
Bachelor pad, yeah.
We're
But
talking
not
about
that.
stereotypes here.
But yeah, and still not even necessarily that, because it's still weird in comparison, because there's like shelves that have a whole bunch of like handmade knickknacks that look like they were made by children, put in like places of honor across the house, and then like notes and well wishes and things and cards that are everywhere as well. But it is dark. There are no lights on. And you all can roll perception if you'd like.
Hell yeah.
I would like to assist someone.
Okay.
Man, I wish I could just use my passive
Oh.
for everything. Holy
You-
shit, dude.
You can just use your passive at this
Oh.
point.
Sweet, baby.
Okay.
Yes.
If any time you want to ask if you can use your passive instead, just let me know, and I'll let you know if you can or not. And
Good, because it's reliably better than I roll.
yeah. Anyway, you cannot hear another person in this room, and there appears to be like a small hallway with maybe one or two other rooms to the side, but there doesn't appear to be any light or sound coming from there as well.
Is there anything like I'm sure you would have
Papers,
made
journal.
I'm sure you would have made a point to describe it, but is there anything like overturned, anything looked through?
It doesn't look like anything's been. It doesn't look like anyone has been here today.
Yeah.
If you'd like to look for something specific, like a journal, roll investigation.
I'll look for signs of a struggle or like violence or anything like that. That isn't
All right.
immediately apparent, or maybe see if he was like packing to leave really quickly or something to that effect.
Sure. That's another investigation. Okay. Nothing here indicates that either he has been here in the past day or possibly longer. It is distinctly possible, based on the context Oryx has given you guys, that he went basically right from the temple the other day.
And never returned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No one has been here. Like, food is still like fresh, or like some meat may be a little bit off, kind of thing, but no one has been here, no one has gone through anything. This place has been left as if it were going to be returned to.
That's unfortunate. I was really hoping he wrote something down, made a journal entry, something. He kind of had to not suspect that something was wrong, or that if he.
Well, we haven't made it to his quarters. I'll go down the hall and carefully see if there's anybody around, any voices, shuffling of feet, etc. Again, it seems to be like nobody's been here, but no sense in not being cautious.
Okay. I'll let you maintain your passive for this. But there is no sounds of anything here. There is a bedroom which appears like that is well made and kept, and tidy, and then the other room, which is actually like a smaller study space, appears also to be a prayer room as well. And here there appear to be some personal accounts, but even like flipping through those, based on the even like the most recent entries, it looks like he keeps his journal like at either the end of the day or the very beginning of the next day kind of thing, and would have had no opportunity to make any personal notes of what's happened.
Since I guess I don't have the context that the rest of the folks do, is there any thing to suggest that he was suspicious of the Duke, or like didn't like what she was doing at any point in time, or like she made a bad decision that he was like, yeah, this fucking sucks, and is like super against what we believe in, but she like runs the things like.
Roll an investigation as well as an insight check. Okay, that's good. Okay, you can spend some time going through the books. Oryx, do you tell Zira, or did you tell everyone that the that he has mentioned that the Duke has been off on
Yes.
occasion? Yeah. Okay.
I
So
think we went over that actually when Pete was still here. When everybody
yes.
met back up, I think Pete mentioned that the high priest thought that she had been weird.
Yeah. Okay. The details that you can kind of piece out are. This takes a bit of time to go through, and he seems to be someone who has kept journals over his lifetime and has held them all. So finding this kind of information is difficult. This is going to take time. Are you willing to commit to the time?
I will have the. I'm still a little spider, right? Oh wait, actually, hold on. Well, I'm not actively looking for anything. I'll just have my raven keep watch of like front doors, etc. Give me a mental warning if there's anything happening.
Is it at the front door, or is it with you?
It is on me. That's why I have 19 passive perception.
Oh, okay. That changes once you've entered the house.
It's not a fiend, technically.
It's not a fiend.
Is it worded against Fae, too?
I don't think it's a fae either.
It's just a raven, technically.
Is it just a raven?
It's just a beast, I believe.
It's just a
Okay,
animal,
if it
yeah.
counts as just a beast, then it's fine.
Well,
Because the
Spears
Shadowfell doesn't have its own specific creature type.
assumes the form and statistics of a raven.
Okay, if
That's
it
all
says
it
beast,
says.
then it's a beast. That's fine.
Okay.
All right. Okay, then that's not a problem. Okay. So we'll say this takes, given the context that Oryx and Pete have been able to give you, we'll say an hour to find these details. Is that all right with you?
Sure. As long as
Okay.
I don't get interrupted by Fae and Oryx, which, yeah.
Okay, Faye and Oryx, is there something that you would be doing while it's clear that Zira is going to be doing some research?
I mean, I feel like I've learned everything I could from this man's living space, so no? Hey, Oryx, do you want to beat it?
What?
Do you want to get out of here?
And just leave Zero on her own?
I mean, like, we could stand out front and hang out and, maybe do like a bird whistle or something.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
All right, Zira, I'm going to do my best bird whistle if I see someone suspicious trying to come in here.
Mm-hmm.
If we see anyone trying to come in here, because nobody should be coming in here unless it's the priest. And I know what he looks like.
Sure. Actually, would it take any sort of, it wouldn't take any time out of my investigation to lock the door behind them, correct?
No, absolutely
Okay.
not.
I will
But-
do that.
But
Unless they fucking killed the lock when they broke in.
no,
I don't
no.
know. Okay.
With the 25, no, that lock is still fine. Faye, you make a good point of maybe waiting outside, except standing outside in the street for an hour with a kobold, is that what you want to do?
It's a valid point.
I mean, yes, it is what I want to do. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right.
I think we're probably not gonna like sit right outside the building door or whatever.
Like across the street, talking.
Across the street, somewhere nearby in the shade. Maybe
Okay.
even break out some snacks, make it look like we're taking an impromptu picnic or something.
Okay. You're not choosing to maybe wait in the living room with the curtains parted or anything. You want to be outside.
Yes.
Okay. All right. We'll handle that in a minute. All right, Zira. You can pull together in your hour of time about, I think, it was a long time ago. I think it may have been 6 or so years ago. I say that's a long time, but longer than you would have thought. Actually, no. 10 years back is the detailing of when Marwyn's brother was killed and how she relied on the priests at the temple to help her with her mourning, and the process of becoming the Duke and all of the emotional burden that entails. And then she was fine. And there were times where fundamentally she disagreed with what the priests were asking for, whether or not that may be because it's possible the priests may have been asking too much of her, or if she was doing something that was maybe a little too headstrong and they wanted her to take a moment and think. There's occasional friction, but never, from what you can tell from his side, concern necessarily until about 6 years back.
6 years. Fucking hell.
Where even though she was still very clearly herself and had still that kind of short temper and such a presence as she does, there was something that was still different about her, and it almost feels as if she kind of started pulling back from interacting with the temple in some regard. In fact, that was when she started requesting that they come to her rather than she come to the temple for counseling specifically.
Oh, shit.
Yes, the temple's warded by fiends.
Yeah, I was gonna say, since Zira probably don't know that, is there any sort of prayer book that says that? I mean,
you could just make a religion check if you'd like.
Okay. Because that son of a bitch. Yeah, no, I don't know shit about religion, dude. made a deal with the Raven Queen. You think I have to know about religion? Hell no.
You don't even know about the Raven Queen.
I don't even know about the Raven Queen. Granted, nobody really knows about the Raven Queen except for like the Shadar-kai and like anything that inhabits the Fell, but fuck it, dude. I don't know, man. Well, there it is. Anyways, great. Good. So shit. This thing's been in town for like 6 years. That's wild. I know we only, I think, got names from Moira, but was there any sort of timetable about when some of the more like demonic presences were in the game? Because
let me double check. I think the answer would be no, but let me see. No, sorry. Unfortunately, no time frame set on that one.
I mean, now we do. In any case, is there any other names mentioned with the Duke? Or was it just like, oh, she stopped coming? And we now go to her, which is kind of weird. There's a bunch of shit that we don't like. Oh boy.
You don't really sense a lot of animosity, but there is like he mentioned with Pete that there has been like a slight difference in her temperament. Like obviously something has changed. I mean, priests have really high insight and everything. Like something has changed, but he doesn't really know what. Perhaps maybe someone is maybe she's getting along better with the captain than she used to, or something along those lines. And he makes it his business to ponder this, but he doesn't have any conclusion to draw at all.
In that case, I'm going to take probably the whichever volumes I find the evidence, so to speak, in, just cause if the succubus knows what's good for her, she'll burn this place to the ground and destroy all the evidence. And I don't want that to happen, so I'm just gonna steal some of that. And also, while Oryx and Faye are out there, I'll probably grab a memento, something like one of those crafty knickknacks. It's like 7 books. Shit. Well, I mean,
that's all you've been able to scour, kind of thing.
Right.
I mean, there's a bookshelf of his journals here.
Yeah, I can only imagine. But I'd say probably the one prior, the one that contains the event, and the one after is probably about what I would take, just so I can give context, and then a teeny little slice, because yeah, you're right, 7 books is a fucking lot.
He writes every day.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm going to nab one of those little mementos off this shelf. Anything that's bag-sized, or a letter from a kid or something. Nothing. Yeah. No, I'll just nab one.
You know what you're looking for, right? With when you get these things, you know that.
Yeah.
Okay. You would know that none of these work because all of these are acts of gratitude and love.
Oh, come on. Well,
a child is going to make something in their misery and give it to the priest?
Well, see, it's not something that the child will miss. The priest will miss.
You are inflicting misery with this. Okay, I see.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay. Make me an insight check just to for me to gauge the value of the thing that you are going to intuit would affect him the most. Okay. Perfect. All right. You're a bad person.
Yes, I am.
You're not bad at remembering anything of interest or note, but you do know where to hit to hurt the most.
Yeah, if you have a nasty ex, just hit me up. I'll deal with it.
Okay, Oryx and Faye. Are you trying to be in any degree sneaky, or are you trying to be obtuse?
I mean, sneaky? No, just hanging out, loitering.
Okay. In which case, you are asked at some point by a female guard. We are looking out for a small gnome boy who wears dark robes and large glasses. He's rather distinct and has gone missing. You wouldn't happen to have seen him while here, perhaps?
Sorry, while waiting here?
Perhaps, or at any point during the day. He vanished mysteriously this morning, as I understand.
I already reported to another guard that I think I saw him over. Was it in the west? I looked at Oryx.
I think it was east, right? On our way to the port side of the city. So, and she'll do the whole thing where you stand there with your arms out trying to figure out directions and go south.
Yeah, he was over in like the northeast part of town. Well, I say that. I think it was him. He was invisible and it was like small footsteps, so I assumed it was like a small person. It could have been any small person, I guess, but you know. The one you're
Have
looking
you
for is
seen
Magic,
him, or have
right?
you not seen him?
Well, I haven't seen him, but I'm pretty sure I heard him.
Okay, roll a deception check.
I'm very good at these. Hell yeah, I'm gonna flash a genius add 5 to that roll.
All right. Give me one moment.
What did
Oh,
you-
she rolled a natural 20.
Of course she did. Of course she did. Of course she did.
She whistles down the street for a couple other guards to get closer, and with the spear in her one hand, she just crouches down on one knee towards you guys and just says, "If you've seen him, it's very important that we find him. From what I understand, his parents are very concerned."
It was in the eastern part of the city, I'm telling you.
What? What?
Also, wait.
His parents are concerned?
Yeah,
What?
we know that guy. He doesn't
What is
have
this
parents.
bullshit?
So you know him?
Yeah, we know him from Lork, which is why I was pretty sure the invisible guy was him.
I told the guard near the port that I saw him in Lork.
Yeah, we're the heroes.
Somebody
of Lork,
is
so.
bullshitting you, by the way.
She flips her spear around to dig it into the earth, and then goes for a notepad in a belt pouch, and says, "I need more details. Then, if you know him, I need more information."
Well, he's an orphan from Lork. I think his parents got killed in the No. He was
already orphaned?
Yeah, he was orphaned long before that. And then he took up with a cult, I think. He talked a lot about it. And he's way into tier and evangelism. Kind of annoying
yep.
and loud. He actually shouldn't be that hard to find.
He is. We've been looking all day. And where did you last see him?
I looked at Oryx.
I was going to say, Oryx looked at Faye, Faye looked at Oryx. Both kind of shrug.
Where did we last see him last?
Are you asking me that question?
No, I think she's asking Oryx.
Yeah.
Oryx says, what was that place that we went and she'll spin around as she tries to vaguely determine which part of town it was in that place we were.
Which place? Describe it to me.
I only saw the inside of a room. I've been up all night. I'm kind of out of it.
Are you talking about the inn?
Yeah. Yes.
I think it was.
Near the marketplace, right?
Yeah. I don't remember what it's called.
She asks you to describe it, and if you choose to, you can.
Yeah. I'm gonna describe it.
with what was that one? The innkeeper. Her name was, and I will vaguely describe the woman that Valor introduced us all to. That Valor has also already put the guards on.
Okay, can you both make me a deception check?
Sure can.
Wow, hell yeah, baby. Oh, that's better.
Yeah, here's the problem. Hey!
Oh, that's not bad.
She's
I'm real tired, lady. I'm
Sh-
real sorry.
she's taking in your information, and she's trying to puzzle out the locations that you're talking about, and she says, "Thank you, this is very, very helpful." And then she stands as the other guards are making their way over, and then waves them to follow her, and then they take off towards Rosalind's.
Yeah, Rosalind. That's me.
Oh man, this chick is gonna be so fucking mad. She's gonna have like 4 patrols of guards walk into her place and be like, "Hey, are you fucking kidding me? I already just dealt with like a whole entire detail of you guys. I don't know a fucking gnome kid. I don't have a gnome kid. Get the fuck out of my tavern now!"
I so badly as Ted wanted Oryx to just cast Disguise Self and be like, "Oh, you mean this gnome?" Decided that was beyond a bad idea.
Okay, Zira eventually exits the house with
I
a couple of books.
I will make a point to change my cloak of many fashions to the color and of like the priest's garb, and have like a big ol' sigil of Lathander, right? That's his name.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, I've been in the dude's
seen the-
house. I've
you've seen
seen the thing.
Yeah. Yeah, that even it would not be hard for you to just make it look like the thing that you're seeing. You don't have to know what it is.
Great. I also know the dude's name, the high priest.
Yes,
Hopefully.
Raymond Farewell.
Raymond Farewell.
Yeah.
Good. Thank you. Just for lying later.
Okay. All right. Do you guys then head back out of the city?
Told the other priest I'd swing by. We can. It's right around the corner.
Okay. All right.
That's Oryx to the other two.
Yeah. Okay, so you go back to the temple and you meet up with Malachi.
I changed my robe back to like normal raven feathers, or like just a simple black cloak. Just
Okay.
so I don't fucking come in there all insulting like some kind of heretic.
I mean, you
I
know,
will burn
like
my last spell slot.
like a follower would do of Lathander, wearing
It's
a crest
fine.
of Lathander. Yeah, that's
I hired this dude. He knows me.
so. He doesn't know that you're not devout.
He would. I mean, I still have like 3 hours to go. Like, I don't want to be stuck in a conversation about Lathander where I'm like, no, he's the best. Totally cool. I know.
But you don't understand, Tim.
All
That
the
would have brought me
shit.
so much joy. How dare you take this away from me?
Okay, so Oryx, you can talk with Malachi, and what do you tell him?
Didn't look like anybody'd been there for a while, and oh wait, I'm apparently not Oryx. Yeah, it didn't look like anybody'd been there for a while, and he did leave there was a note out that he was writing, said that Duke's been acting real weird. You know anything about that?
Spoken to me a few times, but well, I don't have any suspicion per se.
I didn't mean suspicion. I mean like how? How's she been weird?
Oh well, a little. It's a little confidential, but everyone has times where they're in a fit or a mood for a period. She just happens to be a little, perhaps lethargic for her.
Yes, lethargic. It's a major problem when people get lethargic. Lethargic.
Well, she's one who has rather hot blood, and her acting more melancholy is noticeable.
Melancholy. Yes, melancholy. Definitely a problem. Those are words that neither Panrin nor Oryx would really.
Yeah, I was picking
I'm
up on
losing
that.
it.
Yep. Definitely. Yep.
Yep.
Definitely problem behaviors. Yep. Yep. We all have our melancholies and lethargies. All right. Well, thank you. Sorry I couldn't be more helpful.
He waves you off, and goes back. All right.
On my way out, Oryx will drop 1 gold piece in the
All right.
donation box.
Zira will step outside with them.
And I will barely be into the doors when I drop Disguise Self. Sorry.
No problem.
Zira will step outside with them and summon the imp and invisible still and just
You don't want to summon your infernal creature in a house of the god of the dawn.
it probably just wouldn't.
Yeah, you try to
I'd
summon it
just
within
snap
within
and
the
it
walls.
just like not.
Telepathically, you hear agonizing screaming.
I just keep on snapping like this is fun. No,
He's gonna kill you in your sleep.
He can't kill me in my sleep when he's in a pocket dimension.
You don't have you don't have infinite control over that pocket dimension, my dear.
Anyways, I'll send it invisible through or on its way with Oryx and Faye and bid it to return to me if anything goes wrong, anything changes. I'm just gonna hang out here.
At the temple?
Yep.
Okay. All right. The other Oryx and Faye, do you head back to the docks and then back outside, or what do you? Anything else you're doing in town?
I got nothing. You want to go back to the docks, Faye? You good?
I don't have entire faith in myself that I won't be too conspicuous or create a very clear trail that leads the guards to Sprite Pepsi. So I'm actually going to kick it. Man, I never thought I'd say this on purpose. In a house of God for a little while?
Trust me and you both,
Okay.
girl.
Yeah. Probably for extremely different reasons. You are still bad as far as I'm concerned. Anyway, yeah. Cool. What do they do in there? Like party? Or?
Mostly just pray services, as well as I can see.
Yeah. You know what? It was a vain hope on my part that anything fun would go on.
There's wine. There's wine.
There is wine. Secondarily, Oryx, are you hanging out with us, or are you going back to the dock? Or
you need me here? I need to lie down for a minute.
right. Actually, in that case, Zira will give the sedatives to the imp, not administer them to the imp, but rather give him whatever satchel they come in and have him fly it over to Razik and Deckard and give them the message that these are sedatives for Sprite Pepsi in case he has another episode, and they're meant for the journey, but if you need to knock them out real quick. There they are. There's one extra dose for them.
Real quick, is Valor cool still just doing the thing that he's doing?
Yeah.
Okay.
As far as they're concerned, like Valor's just walking back and forth, thinking like, okay, well, somebody will let me know, and then
Right.
I will walk to the edge of the docks, and they will put the boy in the box, and I will carry it to where it needs to go. Just continuing to walk back and
All
forth.
right. All right, I'm just double checking. Okay.
I
Look,
love Valor.
Valor is far too conspicuous and knows that if they go trap seeing about the city, they're gonna get questions. Nobody will ask them questions just walking around the docks.
I agree. It's definitely the right choice for them, but I just wanted to make sure that you, Cody, are chill with
Yeah.
what's happening. All right.
Look, do it for the meme.
It works, and it won't all be this. So y'all will fight something at some point. Anyway, so we'll say it takes at this point close to 2 hours, since everyone else has left before the imp arrives to Razek with the potions, the packet of potions. And in the meantime, Decker has been, now that everyone else is gone, she's gone back to being chatty. But she's just been kind of like, in the same way that she was darkly talking about Cardre and her and that the Eladrin that she introduced you to in Waterdeep. She's kind of got that same. She's kind of talking very similarly about some of the stuff that's happening right now. While also bandaging up wounds and things that she's gotten from being stabbed by some spears earlier in the day.
I'll hand her a couple good berries. I presume during this time I can probably squeeze a short rest in.
Yes, and you can reattune to the staff.
Okay, excellent. And okay, and the imp has arrived. Is that where we are at this point?
Yes.
All right, fantastic. I will take the narcotics and instruct the imp that, well, if they are not planning to return, perhaps they can try and secure some favor with the church while we are dealing with Bright Pepsi. That way, all that's left is to approach Captain Vince and then spring the trap with whatever allies we have on the Duke. Can you relay that to Zero?
Be able to. I might be able to if she's close enough to a window, but I am not pleased with her. But I can try.
Have you met Deckard?
Decker just looks up out of the corner of her eye at the thing and doesn't say anything.
I think you might have something in common.
What might that be?
What were you just saying about Zero?
She intentionally tried to force me into hallowed ground to dissolve my flesh.
Right, and you're not pleased with her?
He nods.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, thank you.
It flutters away. Is there anything else that you want to do?
That's it. We need to figure out how to get... Oh, you know what? God damn it. Oh, actually, Decker, perhaps, when it's time to transfer, Sprite Pepsi, you can capture a little mouse or squirrel or some other little rodent lying around here and have them go talk, send a message to Vala that we are on our way, so that neither we nor he is waiting by the edge of the dock for too long.
Yeah. That's smart.
She opens up her coat pocket, or her well, no, she took her robe off. She takes her cloak that's over Sprite Pepsi and lifts it, and you can kind of see now that the pocket that Rochester usually hangs out in is 2-dimensional. But as soon as it's like exposed, it fills up with the little summoned rat who climbs out. And she says,
Yeah, we could do that. When that time comes, when are we supposed to? Are we waiting on everyone else?
It seems like they have found other more important business in the city, so it looks like we are on our own.
Great.
Decker, you and I will do just fine.
Well, I am in no way worried about us. We're cool and fine. It's the
Well-
one who has little interest in everyone else's emotional well-being, and the one who is actively working against everyone's emotional well-being that I'm concerned about.
Well, I understand your concern, but right now we just need to worry about us, and we need to worry about Sprite, Pepsi, and Vala. I know that the rest of this crew doesn't make much sense quite frequently, but they have proven themselves quite capable in whatever fashion they go about achieving their goals.
All right. If you trust them, then I trust them. Well, no, I'm gonna take that back. I do not trust them, but I trust you.
I understand, Decca, and I appreciate that trust. Thank you. About
Okay.
what time is it?
It would be almost 4.
Okay, so we've got a couple more hours before this boat is supposed to be ready to go.
Yep. And we have no problem time skipping. All right. So if there's nothing else, let me just double check that nothing else is happening. Nothing else is happening in that 2 hours. Arix, do you have somewhere you wanted to go?
Nope.
Okay, are you hanging?
Originally was heading back here, but
So what do you do instead?
is there any Faye? Is there any reason you need me to hang here? Otherwise, I'll go back to the dock. Was my plan.
I mean, if you're not putting yourself in danger, then yes, but I feel unsupervised it would be a bad idea.
Just don't track anyone to their location.
I feel like that kind of just beats the point of them going back to the dock.
Yeah, no, you're right. I draw attention. They hate. Yeah. I'll just be over
Faye.
here on the. Just wake me up if you need me, okay?
Yeah.
Why don't you escort your friend to the docks or back to Razik?
Because I'm extremely conspicuous, and also I've been cornered by guards twice now. And ever since I got concerned with ethics, I've become considerably worse at lying.
Just tell them the truth.
What is the truth?
that you saw Sprite
No.
Pepsi last at the inn? Like,
we saw
it's
him at the
not
docks.
We did see him at the docks. I also saw him unconscious in the forest.
Why are you think too much about... Oh my, this is... Yeah, no, both of you can stay here. That's fine. Holy shit.
Wake
Look,
me up if
I
you
don't
need me.
usually do overt crimes.
And
So I'm not good at them.
Is it?
I realize objectively what we're doing is probably right, but going in the face
Yes.
of authority is kind of counter to my personality. And
But
I'm
the
not very
authority
good
is
at
so
it.
obviously evil.
So?
Well,
I don't have a strong sense of morality. Sorry, I should probably come up front with that. I'm working on it, but it's not great. If we're being entirely honest, I was raised by an objectivist, and we
Okay.
are our parents, I guess.
Right. Well,
But I found the whole thing to be kind of damaging to my relationship, so I'm working on it. But yeah, I'm not good at it. I panicked twice and almost gave away Smart Pepsi's location, so I think I'm just gonna.
in the how do you panic so hard that you just don't say one of the last places you saw the kid? It's
Well,
not.
I said it. It's just like I said it, but they knew.
How do you? If you're telling
I'm not good at it. I told you.
half truths, it's the easiest thing.
I did.
Who's at an inn?
I know
Lowest
how to
corner.
do it. I just don't know how to do it good, I guess.
Stop being concerned about how good you're doing it, because
All
that's what makes it obvious.
all right. You do all the talking then.
The priest who's trying to give a sermon like clears his throat really loudly.
Oh, we're just like whispering in the fucking church.
Okay. All right. So, 2 hours pass, and are you all meeting outside? Like, are you planning on meeting back up with Razik and Decker? Is that where you guys were planning on?
The docks. I was
At the
planning
docks.
on meeting at the docks. I don't know what the rest of the people have been planning to do because I wasn't there.
Okay. That's fine. If that's the case, then you're all going to the docks. And about 15 minutes prior to Razik and Decker, along with the unconscious Sprite Pepsi, show up, Valor, a little brown rat with some gray hairs, scurries up to you and stops in front of you, and then in Decker's voice lets you know that they are on their way. And then vanishes.
Pause for a second. Just staring at the place where it was. Then go walking off towards the side of the dock that they're going to be trying to sneak in on.
Okay.
Easy
Okay.
to do a blank stare when you don't have a face.
Yes. It has such emotion, though. Okay. So you all meet up then at the docks. Decker still trying to cradle Sprite Pepsi in the one arm. Very clearly having a little bit of trouble with it, but still managing okay. And then how do you want to go about this process? Are you just putting the sleeping child in the box?
I feel like that, and I don't know. We could probably keep it minimal. Have Zira do rich people things. Wave her hand around. Like, don't get in my way, guards.
That won't necessarily be the problem. Decker's worried about her having to cross the wharf herself. Speaking of, though, once you all meet up, she looks at Faye, Zira, and Arix. Any of you guys got paper?
Yeah. I
May.
produced paper.
Thank you.
And she pulls out like this broken pencil and puts the piece of paper against the box and scribbles down a note for Sprite Pepsi for if he wakes up while he is in the box and you guys are not around, as well as pulling some rations and some other things from her own pack and putting them in the box as well.
Razik will take. What do I have here? Razik will take out his scimitar and cut his hand a little bit and put a bloody palm print on the note.
Oh. Okay, dude.
I think he's signing it.
Oh,
I looked to
before-
Razik for confirmation.
He needs to know it came from us.
Yeah, he's signing
Ah,
it.
this is well.
Did you get the sedatives?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want to swim, Decker?
I can't.
Oh, I have a disguise kit if you would like to just go the long way.
She purses her lips and looks down at her, at the right side of her body.
She is physically distinct. It may be easier to swim and meet at the boat.
I'm gonna have to agree with Valor in this one.
Decca, I will do what I can to make sure that you are as quiet as possible while swimming.
Okay.
Are there guards around right now?
Make a perception check for me.
I will look as well.
Yeah.
I can also make you
Holy
invisible
shit.
if you'd like.
I'm just gonna roll everything with disadvantage from now on because it
Right, I
seems
think that just
better
fixed your
somehow.
problem. There are not any approaching you, but some maybe within earshot.
Decide on what you are doing. I will take the boy to the boat. Show me the way.
I can swim. I'll meet y'all there.
Let's go. And I will cast Pass Without a Trace on both of us.
All right.
And she's a better swimmer than I am.
Don't say that I never did anything for you.
But
That plus 10 feels good now.
as we are swimming, I will be continually casting that to minimize any splashing or.
Okay. All right. You guys can make it to the boat then. That's not a problem.
I'll
And-
show-
What?
Oh, I was just gonna show Valor the way to the boat.
Yeah, are we gonna go as one big group? Or
No.
do you want Valor to just go walk the box there?
It wouldn't be out of place for even Zero to like walk with you and then like point
Yeah.
at the boat kind of thing. Like that wouldn't be weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I figured the minimal. Even as
Oh,
Valor
we
was
do
like,
have the
just-
priest with us too.
Yeah. I mean, just do a rich girl stuff.
Sure.
Point imperiously.
I will ham it up for you. I will make it. I will tell you on the way there that hey, I'm sorry if this sounds a bit rude, but it's part of the disguise or whatever.
Oh, we are acting, yes.
Right, and then I'll
Yes,
like,
master!
Zero like flashes him like a very uncomfortable look, but kind of eases her brows. She's like, "Yeah, no, wait, this is acting, right?
Point me the way.
That way." She points imperiously as Valor.
Yeah, I'll
and
start
walks with
carrying
her
the
back
box.
oddly straight. Her posture is like as good as it has ever been. Hand behind the back.
Flawless.
Yeah. Getting them to the boat, getting
Yeah.
the payment into the hands of the folks, which I probably already did. And yeah, etc.
The question is, do you want me to drop, this is out of character, will you have me drop him up or below deck?
We will see where the cargo goes once the others are on board.
I mean, yeah, Valor's probably used to also having to move stuff around on a boat too, so neither is particularly weird. It's just a question of what you want me to do.
Below deck, I'll stand by the gangplank and confirm with the others.
Yes, master. Walks down the stairs to stow. I guess I'll just pick like a corner kind of down below
Yeah.
off
And
to the side.
yeah. And the cargo hold is, I mean, it's not, it's a little bit densely packed, but it's not really that big of a deal. Like
Yeah.
it's not an issue. Razik, would you roll a stealth check for me?
Mm-hmm.
Waiting on you, buddy. Come on. Get it.
Mom spaghetti.
Money!
33! Hot damn.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
All right. Okay, this is not an issue for either of you. You go into the water a ways away, swim with little difficulty because you're casting shape water, and everything, and make it to the stern of the ship that has been indicated to you. She hooks her staff over the edge of the ship and then uses that to pull and then kick and then flip herself overboard.
Before she hops on the boat,
Mm-hmm.
I whisper to her, remember, we want him to get to Waterdeep safely, but we need you to get to Waterdeep safely. If it's an issue, slit his throat and dump him overboard.
Me sight.
That's what she's gonna do anyways.
She looks like she's naturally perturbed by this, but is like also kind of looking at you, trying to figure out why it is that you're saying that.
Mm-hmm.
But she just she gives you a really tight hug, like a half hug, because that's all she can really do. And she says, I look forward to you making it back so we can burn that motherfucker's house down.
Yes.
And then she gets aboard. And then you see her go below deck.
I'll escort the priest as well below deck, direct him there, and I guess give him the lowdown. Nothing too in-depth. I think I will let Decker explain some of the more fine details of his episode, but say that he is in the box for safekeeping. And then I tell the priest to also look after Deckard, because the both of them will probably need it. Whatever is in Sprite Pepsi is very powerful, and I don't want either of you getting hurt, nor the ship, nor the boy.
Decker, when you make it down, she's like shaking herself like a dog to get some water off, and goes to the crate that she knows has Sprite Pepsi in it, and then uses her staff like a crowbar to pry open the lid, at least a crack, so she can peek in on him, and then starts speaking in her like casual cordial way to the priest, to let him to fill this is not the same priest that you guys have met before. This is a different person, to tell her what is going on, and then you can leave, if unless there's something else you want to say or do.
Nope, that's it. Do you need any compensation for your work, Deckard?
No.
Okay. Hopefully we should send word to Waterdeep. Is there an address? Razik probably knows. Anyways, we'll see then.
I mean, he doesn't know where I live, but he can get a hold of us.
The temple.
Sure.
Okay. If you have a way to send word to Razik, please do. But
Yeah.
we'll be seeing you. Zero leaves.
I'll wait at the end of like the gangplank for Zero to come back down, since we're playing like master dock worker.
Zero will go back down the gangplank and kind of stand slightly behind Valor, like Valor's my bouncer, and wait for the ship to finish preparations and depart. Because I want to make sure this thing doesn't get swarmed by guards.
I will say that one of the considerations that was given in the time that the time told to you when the ship would be ready would account for that in that like as soon as you give the word, they are ready to leave.
Good. I give the word and just wait for the folks to fucking head out. Let's do it. All right. Great. Holy shit. Thanks, Valor, by the way.
It
She
is nothing.
like pats him on the elbow, I guess, what she can reach.
And everyone else meets up. Do you guys meet up like just where you had been previous to that?
That's where Razik's heading.
Okay. All right.
Great.
So yeah, you'll all be back together in that spot where you had parted ways a moment ago. Right, folks. Let's get back. I heard Lily and June and Cody. Adam, you here?
I'm
I
just
am.
gonna go grab a beverage.
All right. Okay, no
I'll be
problem.
right- I'll be
And
right back.
Ted.
Yo.
Okay, cool. All right. So
Time
you
for a
are
game
all
chat.
met up at the I don't know what side the east side. I hate these maps. It's the one thing. Anyway, the east side of the city, the east side of the docks. Razik comes crawling out of the river, soaking wet. And what is your next move? Is there anything anyone says or does upon getting back together?
Did Zira go over what was in the journals
Oh,
to
no.
the rest of us, or no?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I guess I can just tell you guys
I
by
was
the
just wondering.
fire.
Where
Yeah,
will we spend the night?
Here, presumably, or like in the tree line, right?
Well, yes, the one place I knew of is not an option.
Oh, you've never camped outside before?
I sleep outside often. Well, I do not sleep. I rest.
Well-
Are you able to keep watch while you rest?
Yes.
Wonderful. Good night.
Do you want me to carry you back to the tree line?
Oh, I thought we were in the tree line. Sorry.
Yeah, I
Well-
guess like flash forward.
Good night.
Right.
Razik just falls
Yeah.
asleep. You just scoop him up.
Yeah, you can make it back to cover and
Yeah.
camp.
Avoiding probably the gate. Just go up the coast.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Is Razik okay?
Yeah, Razik's just wiped out.
Okay, all right, just making sure.
Valor definitely quote unquote sleeps standing up with his hand like halfway to the to the hatch on its back, just facing towards the city.
Nice.
What you call it? The Raven is going to be on Valor, keeping watch.
Okay. All right. This is I don't think that it's going to be a problem. I don't find it worth the time to make you guys deal too much with that if you guys are putting in the effort to keep watch and all. So, next morning, you can all wake up having gotten a long rest. Rx, your exhaustion is removed.
Woohoo!
Not that it really affected you at all. And how do you proceed? What do you guys all do?
Are we going to meet
All
the
right.
captain today?
Yes, Val, we will meet the captain at some point, but I think we have business to conduct at the church first.
Will we travel as a group?
Seems safest.
This is true, but it does make us more conspicuous.
None of us here are wanted yet. I believe the only person who was actively wanted and unable to disguise themselves was Decker. So, I think we're okay now to just go into town, right?
Likely. But first, Valor will hold a hand out. Pay me a gold so that I am employed. I do not have to lie.
Razik will pull out a gold and give it to Valor.
Thank you. I am under your employ.
That's wonderful.
Shall we?
I believe we should head to the church.
Okay.
How close is the church to the entrance to the city?
It is from the entrance to the city that is at the docks. It is 3 blocks.
Okay.
On the way to the church, I will let everyone know that there wasn't anything like urgent that the what's their name? You sent it to me. Didn't write it down because I have big dumb brain. It's Farewell.
Oh, Raymond Farewell.
Raymond Farewell.
Yeah. What about him?
Yeah, he wasn't like in a rush to leave. He didn't come home after, and also he had 6 years ago was when they started coming to her, the Duke, and not her going to church. It's weird, and the weirdness is all accounted for in the journals. So it follows what the captain of the guard and Farewell said himself to you guys.
So, if we assume that the switch happened around that time, that this was a person that got subsumed by a demon, and now the demon is living their life. Does that mean that there has been an agent here waiting for 6 years doing something? That could be bad.
For Grast, yeah, I guess.
Yeah, it does seem bad, but since they had Sprite Pepsi convene with them and start drawing ritual plans, it doesn't seem like they were active.
I mean, they could have been doing something that wasn't this specific ritual.
Well,
Yeah, I feel like this is kind of a slow, long plan for.
yes, and even if someone did replace the Duke 6 years ago, or even longer, it doesn't mean that they have been aligned with anyone in particular for those 6 years.
True.
That is true. All right. Well, do you guys want to go?
Sure.
Let us go to the church.
Which one of us is doing the talking? Because it's not going to be me.
I think you might be the best one to do talking. Well, actually, I'm pretty good at talking when it comes to things that aren't lying. Um. Oh, can we stop on the way there? I need to buy, um, stuff.
Mm,
Are we going to be lying?
I don't
No.
think so.
No.
Don't
no,
need to.
we need to be very honest with the people at the church and let them know exactly what to expect.
I concur.
I agree.
Well, maybe Vala and I will just meet you at the church. I don't think it's a very good idea for me to be on the streets for very long.
That's probably a good idea. Razik, do you have a favorite type of meat?
Yes, raw.
Great. Anyone else?
That. Sorry.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Oh my gosh!
Wow.
Wait, that joke has aged absolutely terribly. Sorry, that was an old inside joke from like one of the first fucking Princes of the Apocalypse fucking games that Lily ran for us. Like she had a janky ass stall that sold bat meat, and I just, for some reason, my characters have all just been weird and had a taste for it.
I've decided that
Yeah, that-
canonically I've decided that canonically dwarves in most settings, since they live underground,
Checks out.
cultivate giant bats as for
They
meat.
also have the Constitution.
I mean,
Yeah.
it checks out. But you're right, that joke didn't age
Yeah,
well.
It didn't age
No,
well.
it
You know,
that one
I
turned
just
into a big oof.
forgot. Ooh boy. No, just
I do not
meat.
eat or drink.
Well, that's something we need to talk about again whenever we have time.
Yeah, where do you get power?
No, that's not important right now. But I am
What do you
also
mean?
curious. Yeah, no, it's fine. We can come back to this.
Yes, after we have smote the wicked.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah,
Smitten. Smote?
Smitten the
Smote.
wicked.
smote,
I believe it is smote.
smited.
Smited is smitten.
But
No,
that's just-
smitten something
that's just-
different.
No, smitten is not something different.
Again,
Focus,
this isn't
focus.
important. Yeah,
Are you
Focus.
going to leave yet?
yeah. Let's go.
Okay, Razik and Valor go to the church, and you other three, Faye, what is it that you are getting?
Shopping trip.
Yeah, I want to buy enough stuff to make like a big, nice dinner if we survive this terrible thing we're about to try.
Is that what you're doing right now?
It is what I'm doing right now. Yeah,
You know you can just pay for a dinner, right?
it means more if you put love in it.
I'll meet you at the church.
How much? I will let you choose how much money you'd like to spend on ingredients.
2,000 gold.
I mean, it directly correlates with how fucking good of a meal it is.
I'm gonna spend 15 gold on ingredients.
Okay, that's still plenty for like a 3-course meal and good food, like good quality food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to empty out one of the compartments in my bag and put like a bunch of ice on the bottom, and then use it like a fridge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't care. I have more important things to care about.
It sounds like you care more than you want to. I'm gonna go back to the party.
Just to keep this silliness going on, whenever I see the bottom of that bag dripping, I will cast Shape Water to freeze.
It's an extra dimensional space.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Then I will not see anything dripping.
But there might be like a pool of floating things
Right.
later.
Dude, that meat's still raw.
Okay.
Priorities.
Razik and Valor show up at the temple first. Valor, do you think you would have spent time at this temple?
No, I would have spent some time listening to the preachers talk sometimes when they go around and preach, but not like I might have sat in once and listened because when he woke up, I started listening to stuff. So probably not a lot of time, but they're probably familiar with it.
It's fine. I'm wondering if you think that do you think that there is a relationship at all between Valor and any of these priests, or like what you think Valor's relationship with this space might be?
They might. I mean, Valor's fairly distinctive, so they might know of them.
Right.
Like they've been here.
Right.
They're usually like a patient listener, so, and probably a fairly good sport as far as it goes.
Yeah. Okay. But in general, they're kind of indifferent to the scene in general overall.
Likely, yeah.
Okay. All right. No problem. And Razik, thoughts or feelings upon being here?
Razik is going to do his best to sort of stay out of sight and not get approached by anyone. But should that happen, he's just going to try and get them talking. So he has to do as little talking as possible.
It's especially because it is early morning. It is inevitable that you will be approached. But if you're just
please educate me about Lathander.
yeah, that's not a problem at all. And there, like an 80% chance he's not listening to a word that is coming out. Okay, and then everyone else shows up. Zira, okay, so first, does Oryx put on a disguise?
Once I am basically walking through the door to the temple. Wait, no, I don't need Panrin at this point. I don't need to be Panrin at that point. Sorry, Doug. So I will actually not, because I need to save my spell slots for being Sprite Pepsi later.
Okay.
We're not worried about speaking to this specific preacher, are we? I don't think we are.
Well, Malachi's the only one that you've kind of been speaking to about this, besides the one that is on her way to Waterdeep right now.
And Malachi is also the standing head priest, if I overheard correctly. Right?
Correct.
Yeah. So Malachi
I
would
guess,
probably be the one that we
should
have a
then.
rapport with.
Yeah, in that case, I will disguise self as I walk through the doors so that...
Okie doke. Not a problem then. And Malachi actually is not like looking for you, but as soon as you are visible and as soon as you are noticed, he is eager to get to you, Oryx, and tells you, I have spent the night puzzling over what you've said and what you've seen. I am greatly concerned as I ought to be, but also I've had little response with use of divinely besought information. I'm struggling to understand what it is that is happening.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I thought Yusuf was a person at first, and you were saying a name, and I was about to ask who Yusuf is, but no. Now I realize you were talking about, divination type stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, there's definitely a problem. So apropos of nothing, if there were a vacancy in the leadership of Daggerford, let's say some horrible secret came out about current leadership, would you who would be the one to take over?
He
Just purely
seems
hypothetically,
he seems a
no
little
concerning.
perplexed and says, often the Duke has indicated who their line should follow. Sometimes it is an heir, sometimes it is a named heir. Morwen herself was only given the title by her brother shortly before his death.
And
Really?
hasn't named an heir yet?
Not to me, but within her own. If something were to happen to her and she were to be cut down unexpectedly, we would have the permission of the local officials and by her own station to search for a will. If not, then one would be named, but that is conferred appointment often by the standing armies. Perhaps the other members of the Lord's Alliance may throw in their opinion as well. There should be a named heir, but I would not know their name.
Should we wait for Faye for the rest of this conversation to continue?
Oh, if RX is here, then Faye is also here.
No.
Yeah.
Admittedly, some of this is not entirely clear. I guess what I'm asking is, if something were to happen to current leadership, would the church take what is it? What is the word in guardianship?
Receivership.
He understands at least what you're trying to ask, and he says,
Would you watch over the people in town? That's what I'm trying to ask.
we would naturally care for the people in town, but with no more authority than we already have as members of the community.
I think there's a special circumstance, and we should move this to a private location.
Why don't you make me a persuasion check? He nods and indicates that all of you can come into a quieter room with him.
Great. Good. So, where shall we begin? Faye, you do your thing.
Sorry, what thing am I doing?
Laying it out. The whole situation.
Oh. So we, as outsiders, suspect the Duke of being in league with demonic forces.
Also, a demon.
also possibly being a demon who subsumed the previous Duke by murdering her and taking her identity. A thing we suspect mainly due to demonic presence inside the boy sprite Pepsi, which we have temporarily removed and are uh, sending him to Waterdeep to get properly removed by the holder of the mantle there. What is her name again? I look to
Something
everyone else.
with a J, I think.
Janora?
Jareth?
Are you talking about
Jareth.
Jareth?
Jared.
Yeah.
Jareth, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know that Jareth will be doing the deed, but I'm sure people at the Enclave will know what to do with Sprite Pepsi.
Yes.
Point being,
We suspect her of being compromised, so we are going to try to investigate this, and we want to make sure that if she is compromised and her whole line is compromised, that there will be someone to care for the people before we pull the trigger on trying to oust her.
We were also talking to the former high priest about this, and he went to investigate himself, and that is why he's missing,
Yeah,
regrettably.
he never returned.
we tried to warn him not to do it.
We
But
walked
he insisted.
into his apartment and found that he hadn't returned since he left to go talk to the Duke. So either he left without taking anything or saying anything to anyone, or he's captured or dead.
Yes, the last time we saw him was leaving the temple, to go talk to the Duke. After the temple closed 2 days ago, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah. And I had and I had eyes not inside the Duke's chamber, but just outside, and he did not make a return out.
Oh, whoops. Sorry.
And what grounds have you for this accusation of possession or influence that you've mentioned?
Well,
I'll admit that the disappearance of Raymond is concerning, but the rest of this.
That is a very long and complicated answer, actually.
We have an eyewitness, but we had to send him out of town.
You
also-
are. Sorry, you're familiar with the gnome Sprite Pepsi, yes?
I've heard his name more the past few days than but I was not familiar with him prior to this, no.
He was a child, a homeless orphan child
Orphan.
who we knew from previous experience, and we unearthed using magic that he had. He thought it was a god Tyr talking to him, but evidence and magic suggested something more nefarious, demonic presence that was telling him to cooperate with the Duke. And then she pulls out the sketch of the arcane symbols. The entity was using him as a conduit for sending arcane information. I think in a raw form, such to the point that it tired him out. And then the Duke was. We observed this process. The Duke was communicating with him telepathically to receive the information, and then wiping his memory.
Yes. We dispelled the charm, and that's what triggered the search for the boy.
Or more accurately, not wiping his memory. She was using magic to charm him, to compel him not to be able to talk to anyone about this.
Right.
And when we broke the charm is when he started talking. And when he started talking, we convinced him to try to leave town. And when that happened, his will was overridden, and he began spasming. We've sedated him for now, but The evidence is
also-
circumstantial, but also pretty damning.
Yeah.
As of
There's
right now.
also the demons that have been sent previously to aid him, demonic creatures, which sort of show that he is not, in fact, speaking to a deceased god of any kind.
And you have evidence of that as well?
Well, he
No,
does.
no.
Mostly the testimony of Sprite Pepsi, which we can't really give you right now.
I mean, I have the note that he wrote that has the demon's name.
He holds out his hand.
I retrieve the note with the name credits written in fucking infernal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Abyssal.
Abyssal?
Is the demon
Abyssal is the demon one,
one.
right?
Infernal is the.
Right. My imp would have been able to read infernal, but no.
It
Well,
uses a similar script.
None of us could have read it, but the boy Petamus was educated apparently in the language and gave us the name.
He looks it over and turns the note a few times and then just sets it down on a shelf and says, "All right. And what role would you have me play in whatever it is that you are asking of me now?"
We just want you to keep people safe if this goes bad. Because, I mean, best case scenario, we investigate, there's nothing wrong, and we have to look elsewhere for whatever was causing all of this. That would be ideal. Worst case, she is a demon or is in league with demons and is plotting something awful, and we have to try to put a stop to it. And if that happens, there's no knowing how volatile the situation could become. I mean,
We need to make sure that it doesn't just go from her hands to someone else's on their side.
Yes, according to the high priest, former, it has been about 6 years since the behavior of the Duke has taken a turn to be in line with not only what he has told us personally, but also what the captain of the guard has confirmed is the case. So we're potentially looking at someone who has connections. And if the named heir is in league with the Duke or the demons, this whole cycle will happen again. We need to ensure that either you have an eye on who gets the power and ward them from evil, or take it yourself until someone from the Lord's Alliance can come and sort it out.
Well, this is something that I would hope that I could do within my station in its first place, but what part of this makes this your responsibility?
when there is something wrong with the world, and we are the only ones who see it, or we are the only ones willing to do something about it, it becomes our responsibility.
It is simple. They are heroes.
Also, it is worrying because we might have reason to believe that this person or demons that have their hands in this have ties to another threat that is around. It's a beholder who has made some high friends.
And
Friends
some
in
high
high
enemies
places.
in
I'd,
us.
li-
In
I'd like to know
us.
why he's asking.
He's asking because you are all strangers. He's not seen any of you except for Valor around.
Okay.
And
I'm not getting
you're
any sense that he's fishing for information.
no. He's concerned about how nosy you all have been, and this direct accusation, like specifically this, we are going to handle the Duke, is as outsiders and strangers is concerning to
Got it.
him.
Got
Yeah.
it.
Oh, also, the town of Zix was taken, and we came here for help and didn't get it. Considering the green dragon that is in Zix and currently holding it is an ally, we don't want enemies on both sides. We also don't
It's-
want innocent folks in Zacomber or Daggerford to die because of this.
That's actually the only reason why we're here and why we looked into it at all. We asked for help repelling what could potentially be a extremely damaging invasion force, and the Duke just hand waved it. No concern, no nothing, as if she already knew about it, which is the only reason why we started poking around. But
Yes, and this is out of
this
character, apparently, since she's a firebrand.
this could be extremely bad for your people. Whatever ritual she's working on is days away from completion, most likely, and I won't allow it. Whatever it is.
Slowed by the removal of the boy as the conduit, but not stopped. There are probably others.
Mention a dragon at Zix, you said?
Yes.
Leading an army of Yuan-Ti, they assisted the Yuan-Ti that have been attacking the Dragonborn at Zix. There are no survivors.
And the Duke showed no concern.
None at
Not-
all. We wouldn't
not
have
a lift in the
investigated if she
face.
did.
We were told to leave. No emotion, no pondering, nothing. She
And we
asked, "Why should I care?" and then told us to leave.
He puts a hand to his chin and his thumb kind of just scratches his face a little bit, and he says, "You suspect she might have known that it was there?"
What else would explain the flat response?
And you think that her knowing about it must indicate that it is a danger to us and not in some way her knowledge of it is in some fashion protection. If she were to know about it, then perhaps there is some alliance I am not aware of.
She would have told us that there had been a guard, like, increase on the walls, or like she was investigating it, but nothing. She didn't care. It wasn't that she was prepared, she just didn't
This is
do
something
anything.
you know she would do. This is something you know that she would tell you, strangers to her city.
Well, it would make sense.
Or at the
Also,
very least, when I had a follow up with the captain, there would have been some sort of talk about preparations, or I had a much less hostile interaction with the captain, and he said that that behavior was strange and that he was unaware. And if he's the head of the military force,
he should be made known about any sort of movements, preparations, etc.
or at the very least, he should be able to assuage common folk, which he didn't. We don't think that this evidence on its own is damning, but it is why we started looking around.
I understand. And I believe you were right to bring this to my attention. However, I am not in a position where I could affect. If you happen to be correct in your assumptions and investigations, I am not in a position to
confront Morwen by herself and on my own. And coupled with that, my responsibility is primarily, if Raymond is not here, to protect this facility and the people within it and those who seek sanctuary here.
That's all we want from you. We don't need you to get involved if you don't have the resources or desire. We just need to make sure that if things fall out and things go bad, which we've seen happen before, and it's the only reason why we are worried about it in Lork, that there is a safe place to go for people who can't defend themselves. And that there is someone who will be right and just and take charge.
And also someone who is informed about the kind of threat and can do something to perhaps prevent it in the next leader. Not
A suggestion.
by confronting.
Priest. If you seek allies, an unlikely one for such of your sort, Rosalind Crawford.
He looks nonplussed.
I understand your trepidation, but an alliance of mutual self-assurance and self-interest.
He doesn't say anything, he just looks back at everyone else.
Does an exaggerated shrug. It is merely a suggestion. You do not have to take it, but you may find yourself an ally.
I will remain here to protect those who seek the shelter of the temple. And if, by chance, Morwen is what you claim, then she should have some trouble crossing the threshold. In which case, I will have more capability of protecting the people here and perhaps acting in response to her aggression.
Oh my god. Zero, clutches the side of her hat. Wait, she hasn't entered the church in 6 years.
How are you just now catching on to this?
What? I didn't know they had it warded.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't. Really. I failed the religion check, dude.
Oh.
Yeah, a 6 doesn't get me knowledge that this place is immune to demons.
Your
Silly.
experimentation with your devil it does.
Well, I also didn't talk to the imp. The imp didn't tell me. I didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't even try and summon it in here. I walked outside.
No, you tried summoning it in here. You were inside still while you were trying to get it to come to you. Invisible. That's why it was screaming at you from another plane.
Oh, no, that was a joke. I was like,
well,
yeah, I'm just gonna keep summoning it.
I mean, it still does have in-game repercussion.
Oh, no, that was out of character.
Yes.
I walked out and summoned it. And you were like, oh, good, because if it was inside, it would have screamed at you. And I was like, yeah, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to... Also, it's in the middle of a bunch of clergy. I don't want an imp being like, hey, how's it going? I'm an imp. Inside the church. I wouldn't have even tried. In any case, yeah, she hasn't come to the church in 6 years.
Yeah,
She's unable to cross the threshold.
You are extremely slow on the uptake, Zero. When you mentioned that, yes, that was the first thing I thought. Yes.
Then why didn't you tell?
I thought it was obvious.
Why
didn't you tell the priest?
Oh.
Silly? No.
Again, I thought it was obvious. She hasn't come here in 6 years. I mean,
obviously it's not obvious if they don't know. Anyways,
you've
yes.
never seen her physically step foot in here, right?
Not in some time.
Not since about 6 years ago, my guess is.
He shrugs.
Years. It's been years, though, right?
I
Like since the
suppose.
death of her brother, shortly after?
Ish.
No.
4 years.
She
after
came
that.
several times after
A
the
lot of
death of her
times
brother.
after
And then
death of brother,
stopped.
and then stopped. And then
Yes,
you come
but-
to her.
Yes, but that's not... I wouldn't say that is necessarily damning evidence, as she wouldn't be the first Duke to take preference to private audience, but I understand why you bring it up now.
Yeah, just invite her over. See if she can come in.
That actually might be a pretty good way to
That's
get some definitive evidence. I mean, she'll probably just decline, but
Actually, if you have some of that sort of any sort of protection for us to take with us,
Do you have holy water?
I could prepare some for you, but it would take some time. Not long. I have to double check what that spell is.
Ceremony, I think.
Ceremony.
Yeah. I just don't recall how long it takes.
ceremony.
And as a clergy within the temple, he always has it prepared. Just a matter of... Oh, it only takes an hour.
1
That's what
hour.
I thought. Yep.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah. If you wish for me to prepare something to sanctify some water for you, I could do that for you.
Perfect.
that would probably be helpful.
I don't think he's going to say it like this, but you guys would need to donate the gold for that, which is 25.
Done.
Valor laughs in new player broke.
Don't worry, I've been there too.
I have 4 gold now.
Okay. Let's see. I'm just checking ceremony again because I love this spell, and there is a chance that one of these things might help you. So let me just read it again. Let's see. Atonement, bless water, coming of age, dedication. None of you guys are interested in that. And funeral rite and marriage. Okay. All right. Yeah.
Let's get married.
Unless someone wants to get hitched, then holy water is the best you can do.
Can we do like a 5-way polyamorous marriage?
You can. It takes 1 hour, and you guys are then wedded, and then you have to deal with that on your taxes.
What are taxes?
This is important because one of you just became a lord.
Yeah, I was gonna say that only affects one of
We're
us,
gonna need a
asshole.
prenup.
Oh, that too.
We need a lot of prenups.
Are you kidding me? There's no way Faye doesn't have a prenup written already.
Oh yeah,
Well, she
was
might
planning
have
on
torn
getting
it up.
married.
Yeah, she might have torn it up after what was that, 2 days ago?
Probably burned
Like a
it,
week
but yeah,
ago.
same
Yeah.
idea.
She's like, God damn it, I just burned my prenup.
God, the amount of times I have proposed to different parties that we should all just get married for the sake of the +2 to AC while you guys were within 30 feet of each other, and nobody wants to do it. Nobody wants to marry me.
Isn't it for it's just for a week.
It lasts 7 days, which is not a week, but yeah.
Sorry, less than a week. Why
It's
is it
very
7
strange.
days?
It's very strange. I also love that you can only benefit from the right again if you are widowed, so you do have my scheme. My
You're
scheme.
spiritually bound.
Yeah.
My scheme had been you
Be a Black
are
Widow.
married for you're married for 7 days to you pick a partner or a couple partners within the party. You get married. 7 days pass. You all off each other but cast Revivify, and then get married.
Is that technically widowing?
Yeah.
They died.
Well, yeah.
Ugh, it's your turn to die.
Right.
That seems like what I call like Air Bud laws. Like, well, there's no rules against it. And you're like, well,
Look.
okay.
Technically correct is the best kind of correct.
Yes.
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 It's-
And nobody was willing to ride or die that one with me, and I'm so upset about it.
I would have gone with you, Sarah.
Oh, thank you. Maybe we can try that in Monkey's game on Saturday.
I probably won't have enough time to pull off a long-term scam like that, but we could
No.
get instantly married for that +2 bonus.
Hell
Just like
yes.
a weird
I doubt more than
Vegas
one game
wedding?
will pass.
Okay. Sorry. All right. So he will take an hour to bless some holy water for you. Do you want more than just the one vial?
Do we? I don't know what function holy water is actually going to serve for us, both in and out of character. I know it will probably be useful? Question mark?
So, what does it do exactly?
A creature, a fell creature, a fiend or otherwise, may be harmed by this. Not, I would say, particularly viciously, but if you were to say, if I were to perform another ritual and perhaps use this water to, and this is me bullshitting a little bit, if I were to sanctify a weapon, perhaps that the blessing could hold the blade rather than just for an instantaneous effect. So the mechanics of holy water is it's a little vial that you throw, and if the creature is a fiend or undead, it takes 2d6 radiant damage. Kind of small, but in theory, if I don't mind playing a little Calvin ball and doing, if you waited a longer, him being able to temporarily bless some weapons for you guys.
Calvin Ball. Haven't heard that expression in a while.
Oh God, I say it like once a week.
Only want
That's
the
another
holy water
McElroy.
as on its own. Because I feel like that is kind of telling right there. Oh, I hit you with holy water and you're screaming in agony. Well, that means you're probably not a humanoid, because humanoids
don't care.
would just look at me angrily because you're wet.
How long would it last for? I guess out of character.
Holy water lasts until you use it. It's a permanent item that's created. I don't know about the
Right.
Yeah, this
thing
like
Sarah's talking about.
consecration thing.
I will say, I feel like an hour is substantial, both mechanically and narratively. Like an hour is a long time within games with combat and all, and also kind of makes sense that like if the blessing is more attached to the water than it is to the blade, it would make sense that an hour is an appropriate amount of time for that blessing to affect a blade.
So, do we have to come to him to get the blessing on the weapon, or can we just like dump holy water on? the
He would
weapon?
have to consecrate the blade.
Okay. That limits its usefulness significantly. I think we just want holy water then? I might just be speaking for myself.
Yeah, no, I think that's right.
I agree.
Because
Okay.
there's this not insignificant amount of transit time between here and the keep anyway.
True.
Especially if we have to fight our way there for some reason.
Well, we've still got to deal with Vince. Is he at the keep?
You don't know.
We don't know.
He was not at the keep when Faye met him, but that, I mean,
That doesn't mean anything, right?
yeah.
He was in his office when I met him. We should probably check there first.
Okay, so you just want the holy water?
Yeah.
Okay, so that'll take an hour for him to bless, so you could, in theory, go to Vents and come back, and we'll just say that it's done by then, unless you want to wait here for it.
Yeah, I think we're better off waiting here for it and then going to see Vince, because if we go to Vince and it goes badly,
And shit
Yeah,
kicks
we
off.
don't want to.
right, we don't want to have to
Run
run back
back
across
here.
the city, right?
That would be
All right. If he blessed the weapon, that would last for an hour also.
Yes. So the blessing on the water, the vial of water will never. The blessing does not go away. The blessing on the weapon will last an hour.
Well, and
And
actually,
how long does that take?
I
you-
would say like a 10-minute ritual for that.
that may be worth it just in case Vence is affected as well.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say I'll go ahead and shell out for that.
Okay. All right. So 25 for the vial of water, and then 25 for him to bless more water to bless your weapon. And an hour and 10 minutes pass.
And you do the weapon bless twice.
The answer is no.
Oh man, that makes my math all weird.
I think I will also say for the blade, rather than the 2d6, it'll be an extra 1d6 of radiant damage to a fiend or undead.
Okay.
Not unlike Hunter's Mark or any number of things. Anyway. What'd you say, Ted?
I said I'm fine with that.
Okay, cool. Beautiful.
Just before we leave, are we at that point?
Yes.
Okay, so just before we leave, I'm going to ask him. Are you the organization that sent a person with the young boy to try and keep him well because of the demon possession?
Yes, I believe Harriet went with them. Yes. She mentioned something about that.
Thank you. And I reach into one of my satchels and pull out 100 gold and just dump it on the desk
Oh,
and start walking out.
he seems very surprised. But doesn't say anything, just watches you all leave.
Mhm.
Okay. All right, you go to the guardhouse next. Yeah?
Believe so.
Okay.
Man, I should have gotten another vial of water. We could have just doused Vents to be safe.
Oh, yeah.
Sprinkled it a little.
Every person we meet now, we're just like, oops, sorry.
There's no oops, sorry. We just start throwing water in the face of everybody we walk up to.
Yeah. Do you also have a Thupa Thoka?
Faye, get on it.
Okay. You get to the guardhouse. You are directed to Vance's office. Actually, before you are directed there, someone lets you know that he came in early in the morning, but then left shortly after.
Where
Did he
he
say
go?
where?
Roll me a persuasion check.
Which one of us is doing it?
I will leave that to you.
I'll do a help out to whoever's doing it.
Okay.
Valor is congenial.
Oh. With advantage. Nope,
Well,
that doesn't work.
Yeah, no.
They kind of just they just shrug, say, didn't say.
Sorry, was I muted? Can I add 5 to that roll?
Oh, yes, you can. Yes, you were muted.
Gonna go ahead and do that.
Okay. In which case, they say he didn't say, but he did head off in the direction of the keep, I believe.
We should
Well-
hurry.
We
To
should
the
what?
keep?
Right? Yeah, we should probably hurry.
Yeah, actually,
Yeah.
sure.
Let's go.
2 birds, 1 stone. Let's go, guys.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Okay.
My main concern is if he's confronting her, we
Yeah.
should
Agreed.
probably be
Agreed,
there to
yeah.
help.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
Oryx, would you like to disguise yourself as Sprite Pepsi? Or are we abandoning that part of the plan?
I think that's the fastest way to get in there.
Yeah, I think so too.
Okay. So Oryx. What does it look like when Oryx casts disguise self? I don't know if we've ever talked about that.
We have not. I haven't fully figured out the fluff for it.
Okay, that's fine. I was just wondering.
Valor's gonna carry you in by like the scruff then. Like hold you off the ground.
Nice.
As
I
One.
misspelled. Yeah, I used one to be Panrin earlier.
as
Mhm.
Valor picks Oryx up, they're like, "Ah, a ruse." Yes.
Okay. If you are all
will hand off all of my weapons to someone else.
okay.
So, let's say
God,
that
that
they
hurts.
buy this, right? What's keeping them from just taking Sprite Pepsi and saying, "Oh, bye, fuck off now"?
I'm not handing off the holy water.
Okay.
Right, well,
That I will hold on to.
I bundle all the weapons with like a length of rope and then just like carry them. Just put them on my pack or something. Somewhere I can easily cut the rope and throw them down if need be.
if they attempt to take Sprite Pepsi from us, we start killing people.
Uh, yes, but that kind of goes against the rules. I feel like we can talk our way further. Should we just say that he's been having, I don't know, thinks that he's in danger from the Duke, and like we want to make sure he gets there safe?
Nope,
Tell
nope,
them
nope.
I have a bad message for the Duke. I was scared. The message is bad.
Okay.
We've been employed to protect him.
That's good. That's a good one.
There we go. That's what I was getting at. Cool. Then let's do it.
Okay. You easily are able to get through to the keep without any problems because this is a story that you can spin without even having to say much. In fact, I think this is going to mean you have a small detail with you. One moment.
I feel like Valor's just like, "Yes, you were searching. I found."
Just a couple of guards coming with you. All right, and you were brought to the keep. Here you are, and brought inside. We'll just do. Ooh, this is gonna be fun. Okay, I'm going to bring you all into the into a hall right here, into a greater hall. Right behind you would be the main gates, like right here, and there are the guards who are all with you. Why don't let's get and this path up here, for those who haven't seen it, is the way to the Duke. So why don't we get a marching order for you guys to file through? We'll have this guy take lead.
I'll lead holding up Oryx.
Okay.
Just stiff armed out in front of me,
Yes,
well off the ground.
Be a little bit behind them.
I'll be right here.
Okay. All right. Oop. And then this guy in the back. All right. Cool. This is not an issue for you guys, as you can see so far. And then pull you forward, and then all of you in. All right. All right. So you see Morwin at the dais and the throne across the hall, at the other end of the hall, and Vence is beside her. There are guards in the hall as well, naturally, the guards who brought you in, and Morwin looks at all of you because she recognizes some of you. And then when she sees Sprite Pepsi, she sits with like one hand on the armrest and her chin in her hand, looking both bored and frustrated. But as soon as she sees Sprite Pepsi, she perks up. She doesn't really light up, but her eyes widen, and she sits upwards. And she said, "Oh, there you are. You've come back. Thank God. Thank you, all of you. This is a tremendous favor. I appreciate it greatly." Do any of you say anything?
How genuine does her concern seem?
Roll insight.
Or I guess more accurately, does it seem like she was concerned because she was legitimately concerned for his safety, or because he's instrumental to her plans?
That is a very hard thing to determine, especially at the
Yeah.
distance you have. You do know she is genuinely thrilled to have him here, though.
All right. I like Zira to do the talking.
Valor will call out, Captain!
Closer.
Please roll stealth, Rx.
This is where it all falls apart. No!
Yeah, I'll, swinging arcs along, take a step forward. Captain! Do you know why she seeks the boy prophet?
Vince is standing near her with he is not facing you, he's facing the opposite wall with his hands behind his back.
As if
like
he's
where this is
standing at
going.
attention to the dude?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
I misunderstood that, and I thought he was in timeout.
Me okay.
Too. Me too.
I said opposite wall, but I can see that, yeah.
Opposite is relative.
No, I get it. No. No, he's this gentleman back here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So he's not responding, huh?
Correct.
Why do you not respond?
Sir, if you wouldn't mind, and this is Morwen, if you wouldn't mind, would you release the child and let him come to me? And yeah, that's what she says.
Valor will look down to Oryx. Is that what you wish?
Oryx nods slowly.
Okay.
Lower you to the ground.
Oh, I was really hoping you'd walk forward a bit first. I will, with my hands behind my back and looking at the ground as sheepishly as possible, just however close she will let me get, I will walk up.
Okay. Could you make me a wisdom saving throw?
Oh, I'm so good at these.
Oh shit, dude. I forgot about the wisdom save.
I didn't.
At some point, probably should have gotten that priest to do a little protection from good and evil.
Production ring good and evil.
Finding my inspiration. Nope, not like this. Not like this.
Not like this. Not like this. Flash of genius, please tell me you can do it again. Come on,
Like
Lily.
this.
Yeah, I'm gonna flash a genius just to make sure that that's good.
For the correct moment too. The first one is a 2, not a 3.
Okay. What is your distance for Flash of Genius?
30 feet.
Okay, just double check. All right. You get closer to her, and her countenance doesn't really change. It just becomes hypnotizing and draws you in, and there is a moment where there is nothing more that you want than to be next to her, Oryx. And then there is just a flashbulb memory, like this almost like blinding strike almost to the back of your head. Like, nope, forgot why I was here for a moment, and you barely withstand her charm. Let's roll initiative.
Yeah, I figured that would make her aggressive.
Yeah. Kind of hard. Kind of hard not to. Let's fucking get it, folks.
Pretty good for a shitty initiative.
Pretty good for a shitty initiative. It's the best this party ever manages.
Actually, we did pretty well against the what's it called? Oops, sorry. I did not mean. There we go. Just kidding.
Oh,
Right.
time to close Decker's character sheet. That's been open for a little bit.
She's still here in our hearts. She was a player character, or I guess rather, if we didn't have to make her go with Sprite Pepsi, I would have wanted to keep her around
Really?
for completely selfish reasons.
Really? I'm very. What does that mean?
I know
She's a
exactly what
compelling
that means.
character.
Oh, okay. Razik,
Yeah.
Valor, Faye, Zira, Oryx. Did you roll? Yes, you did. Okay.
Yes.
She has like a
Um,
strong vulnerability to her that I really like.
that one hurts me a little bit, just internally. Okay, cool. So Vince is first, and there is as soon as it is clear that Oryx has withstood this charm, the compelling expression that she had snaps on a dime. You can almost hear the roaring of flames in your ears as she turns, like her head snaps around to Vence, and he draws his weapon. He has a shield and a spear, and he will move forward to not. Well, we'll do an attack. Well, not like an attack, a grapple for Oryx. And you need to beat. Ooh, yeah, just roll. Roll. Show me what you got.
Show me what you got.
I want to see what you got.
Hungry.
Oh yeah, baby. Sprite Pepsi got swole.
You barely make it.
Oh god, imagining Sprite Pepsi do like military actions is fucking great for me.
Just like a fucking judo flip counter.
This burly gentleman steps forward with glazed eyes and goes to throw his arms around Oryx, but I mean, you used athletics, so you just physically flex and hold and pull his arms off of you and get away. But that does indicate to him bad intent, so he is going to attack you next with a 19 and then a 9 to hit.
A 19 will hit.
Okay. That is, ooh, that's nasty. 12 piercing damage.
I hate how close quarters this is.
Okay, Faye, you're up.
I've been talking to mute.
Okay.
All right, great. I am going to take the bundle on my back and pass it down to Eva and be like, Ava, toss this to Oryx. So as a bonus action, I'm going to command her to do that, and she's going to try to chuck it at Oryx, I guess. Is there some sort of check I need to make?
Yes. strength check
Ah, boy.
for Ava.
I got athletics. Is that?
Yes,
Can I
athletics.
apply
Yeah.
that? Great.
Yeah.
21.
Okay. It lands with a thud, like right here.
All right. And then I'm going to. Let's see. Sorry, I need to check something. Okay, it's just one object. So I'm going to cast. The Duke is wearing armor, correct?
Yes, she is heavily plated.
I'm going to cast heat metal on her armor.
All right.
Cook and book.
Let's see, con. Oh wow, that's
Ow!
very, very funny.
Ow!
She rolled a natural 1 for that save.
Oops. Ignore the 4. That was a global modifier I was testing before.
Yes, just the 16k.
Yeah.
All right. All right, that's your action. Bonus action, Zira. Oh, I'm assuming you don't want to move.
I actually do. I want to
Oh,
move
okay.
right here.
All right.
That's it.
All right, Zira, you're up.
Zira is going to point her staff at the Duke and let loose 2 Eldritch Blasts, both at advantage because she hasn't taken a turn in combat. Yeah, baby, assassinate doing work.
Yeah. All right. Let's see.
Woo!
Let's see those crit rolls.
There's that, and then that. Ah, shit! I didn't do the thing first. Oh well, that's fine.
Don't you
Sorry.
auto crit?
No, that's only if
Surprise
she's
rounds.
surprised. I get
Oh, right,
advantage
yes,
on people
yes.
who haven't taken turns in combat.
Right. I remember that. Logan's playing an assassin too, and I'm still trying to figure out the rules.
Mm-hmm. I was checking that right before I moved. And I'm also going to take my bonus action. What should I do with my bonus action? It's actually a good question. Yeah, no sense in really bonus action disengaging, so I guess I'm going to... Yeah. No, I'm just gonna hex the Duke.
Hey.
I realize I should have done that prior to critting her, but
Probably.
ho-hum. I, again, have big dumb brain, so that's just how the cookie crumbles.
All right. Okay. Then, Valor, are you ready for your first turn in this game?
This is so suboptimal, but I'm probably gonna end up action surging to get to her. Cause I gotta hit her, and Valor has to hit her.
Yeah.
So okay, yeah, Valor will like hold up his hand, and like this time the hammer like pops up as he starts to run, and like as he grabs it, instead of like grabbing it, he's like grabbing it out of the air. I will use fucking action surge to dash, so I
All
can
right.
get next to her.
All right.
I'll be taking AOs, I'm sure.
Oh, yes, you will.
Oh, baby.
1,
Yes.
2, 3 from guards.
Uh-huh.
So 1, 2, 3. God damn it! None of them rolled above a 5.
Yes.
But Vence will strike out at you with a 24 to hit,
Yep.
and that's 12.
Okay, so that is, I assume it's not magical, right?
No, this is yeah. It's just a regular old speeder attack. He's
They
just
are.
very strong.
Is that my dog? Heavy armor mastering?
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, hell yeah, baby.
So yeah, I'm continuing to run.
Okay.
An unstoppable juggernaut of a person.
Bonus
Let's do it.
action, fighting spirit. Let's do it.
Yes.
Swing, swing. So I get 5 temp HP.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the moment of truth. Here's where I just fucking biff it.
You've
on
got
these crit attack
advantage.
rolls. Which version of the hammer am I swinging?
The special one.
Yeah.
God. Jesus. Okay. All right. Yeah, that's gonna hit too. Oh,
Boom and boom. Like, I feel like as it
fucking
hits,
nasty.
like Valor's like basically it's been held high. He's like bringing it down, and then with like the momentum, just swinging it back up immediately, piston style.
Nice.
She can clearly see you coming, and there is confidence in her gaze until this magic weapon smashes into her, and she is thrown into her seat twice, and you can see the wind leaving. She's still conscious, like she's
Yeah.
not even bloodied yet, but that you surprised her
Yeah,
very,
as
very
Valor
much.
hits the second time, he'll like, or they'll straighten back up with the maul still raised high and say, "Now you have met compassion."
I love it.
Oh boy, okay. Let's see, we have guards on the move to here and to here. And the one at this door shouts down the hall that there are assassins in the audience chamber. Let's see. 1, 2. Okay, so we got 2 attacks to Faye. None of those are gonna hit, and 2 attacks to Zira. 12 and a 10
To who? Also, neither of those hit
To-
on me.
to
No.
you. Okay, and then 2 on. No, none of those are gonna hit Valor. And then we have guards on the move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
1,
10,
2, 3,
11,
4,
12.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then this one can move into this space if they're going to take an opportunity attack from Zira.
Which they will. Can I make a? I can't make a spell.
Not
save
if you
roll,
don't have
correct?
Warcaster. If you
No,
have
I don't.
Warcaster, you can.
Shit. It's just a quarterstaff
Hit it with the
attack.
stick.
I mean, I have a rapier, but it's not drawn yet.
You can try to club someone as they come by, yeah.
Yeah. Fuck it. Oh man, I don't have. I so rarely use. Is Pact of the Rod Keeper a get pluses to anything else or no?
I think it's I think that one. I don't think it's a +1 quarterstaff.
Yeah, it's
I
just
think
a
It's a spell.
magic thing.
Yeah. It's not even a weapon.
Oh, is it
It'd
not?
be an improvised weapon, yeah.
Oh,
Oh.
Jesus. So just regular 20, baby.
Yeah, 'cause it's a
20 will hit that one, yeah.
an
Oh,
implement,
sorry.
not a
Yeah,
weapon.
that's spellcasting fluent.
So just
It
1
was
plus
a
your strength.
19.
Okay, but that's
Or-
still gonna hit. What's your strength mod?
My strength mod is 0. I don't have a strength
All right.
mod. Yeah.
You do 1 damage.
1 damage, and you've used your reaction.
I don't have reactions.
And Razek, you're up. Just so you know, I don't have this lit so I can have the door open because I'm an idiot. But there are now 4 other people in the hallway that you can see. The door is opened.
Oh, I don't like this at all.
Oh,
The fucking guards got in my way.
Also, do these guards have that same sort of hazy look that Vance does?
No.
They don't need to.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just follow their order.
Yeah.
As soon as we get Vance uncharmed, though, if we can do that, you can probably call them off.
I'm gonna cast that on Captain Vance.
Okay, make me a wisdom check.
Damn, Dispelbender has a range of 120 feet?
Holy
Yep.
shit!
Holy shit.
Yep.
I didn't know that.
Me
Not
neither.
either. Touch.
Me
Fuck.
too.
Nope.
Oh,
Oh.
Razik is
Oh.
fuck
God
yes.
spelling.
damn.
Yeah, what
Jesus.
the fuck? This is your like specialty.
Oh. You're incredible. All right. Okay. There is the glazed look fades. He blinks, pauses, looks very confused, and stands a little bit upright. And bonus action for you, Razik?
Mm, no, I'm good. Right where I am.
All right. Oryx, you're up.
Will. I need that fucking guard to move.
Is
Oh,
it
it doesn't
apparent to
matter.
any of the rest of us that the magic has been dispelled?
He physically changed, he reacted to something happening to him, but you don't necessarily know.
Yeah.
My weapons are vaguely near my feet.
They're like, yeah, right at your feet in a bundle.
Yeah, that's inherently going to be a problem.
What? What's the problem?
If they're in a bundle, you're going to have to untie the bundle and retrieve your weapons. That's going to be an action.
I mean, some of the weapons are like thin enough that you can probably just slide one out if you
The-
need one.
The Chance Lance, I will allow.
Yeah, probably the Chance Lance is what I was thinking of.
What about my actual regular spear, which I never got rid of?
Sure. That's a thin little thing you can pull right out.
I'll grab the spear as my one free use object, and I'm just going to walk past Vince. I don't even care if he wants to try to take a swing. I'm going to walk past this guard. Oryx is pulling out the vial of holy water as she walks, and is just not fuming, but just as she walks up, it's like, you hurt my friends. You did all this. This is ending now. And I guess here?
Sure.
Well, no. I can get all the way up to her. I don't know how this works for the holy water. It just says it's an improvised weapon. I don't know.
Yeah. You can roll to attack with it. It's just not proficient with it. Strength or dex. Well, strength, I think, technically, specifically.
Strength when you're melee, yeah. Just watch it.
I will have advantage for pack tactics. Thank you, Valor.
Yeah.
Yeah, get it.
No, I'll just roll a d20. Wow. Okay. Well, water misses.
Well, okay. Splash.
Valor gets wet behind her as she just throws her head back out of the way, recognizing the vial.
I really want this to be a moment. Does anyone have inspiration they can spend on this? No?
Oh, wait.
Fuck.
Can I use my inspiration on it?
Yeah.
Oh, well, then let's do that.
Not a whole lot better.
Yeah, that's not gonna hit.
How much I will burn inspiration points.
Go for it.
Let's do it.
I love this.
Marginal improvement.
Not enough. Not enough.
You're not in range for Flash
do I-
Genius.
Do I burn the one that I got, or do I have two? I think I only
You have
one.
two. You have
Okay,
two.
I'll burn one. Do it.
Really not
Fallacy,
worth
mate.
all these inspiration.
Cost fallacy.
At this point, Oryx is just like flicking puddles off the ground and trying to hit him.
Valor reaches out to try to grab it and just shatters all over the hand.
Do you not reroll with advantage every time, or do you just roll an additional dice?
It's just one more. Just one
roll
more.
again.
Yesterday.
Orcs, do you have inspiration?
I burned my last one earlier.
Well,
No.
Dave.
I get wet.
God damn it!
I'm holy now.
Give her a
Oh,
big
that's
bear
so
hug.
good. Oh,
Well,
I will attack with the spear.
okay.
that's fair.
My
Yeah.
hand. Second attack.
You got
Wait,
a
no.
crit for this.
I'm not clicking.
Yeah, here's where it comes. Need to roll at disadvantage.
Someone open a curtain.
A 20 will hit. It's just the 9,
So-
right?
Just the 9.
Okay. Is this one of your +1 weapons or no?
The spear still has my infusion on it for returning, and then the war pick is the other one, but I couldn't pick it up.
Okay, but the returning makes it a +1.
Yes.
The infusion itself does make it a +1, yes.
Yeah.
As
Okay.
It also makes
no
it a
action.
weapon.
Yes.
Yeah.
As no
that-
action, and now that my hand is free of the holy water, which is now all over Valor, I will summon the Chance Lance.
Okay.
So as bonus action, I can offhand attack. Is what I'm trying to
Yes.
say.
Oh baby. All right.
It's not the spicy meatball.
Bird would get out of the way.
Okay. All right. And
Oh.
Oh.
Chance Lance is one I had enchanted with the radiant. So there's another 4
Oh.
radiant.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. Yes.
Indeed, you did.
Very good. Thank you. All right. The Raven just goes after you though, right?
No, the Raven has its own initiative.
Oh, okay.
It just usually stays on me. At which point it's going to. Damn. Not far enough. Not far enough at all. But it's just gonna fly and into the. I guess use its dash to fly up as high as it can, and then kind of be in this space past Oryx, which is that plus like 10 feet above to not provoke AOs from these folks.
But okay, so it
It's
still
not
has
going to
to,
attack.
yeah, but it still would provoke if it doesn't have flyby, right?
How do you mean?
It doesn't
Raven.
have.
Raven's
It's
not
just a
flyby.
raven.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yes?
Let's
I
see.
think the intention was to get out of there,
Yeah.
but
From my shoulder just goes straight up and then out.
Oh,
above
from your
everyone.
shoulder. Okay.
Yes,
yes.
that's why
okay.
that's why it's dashing. It's from my shoulder, not from that
That
space.
makes sense.
Okay. Yeah. That's where I was. Okay. All right. Then it's the Duke's turn.
It's been a rough moment.
Ooh, this will be
She-
fun.
She takes a misstep and steps in that puddle of holy water.
She stands, and those who are close by can see this this intensity that you've been warned about, that you were told this is a dangerous person, and to her hand is she retrieves her halberd, and then she vanishes. And then it's Vince's turn, who's going to turn around and demand that everyone be detained. But and also and call to all of you to lay down your weapons. Faye?
I am going to try to. I'm going to use a bonus action to force the Duke to make a Constitution saving throw.
She is not on your plane of existence.
Son of a bitch.
I don't know if that
No.
matters.
Yeah, would you mind showing me the spell?
All right. If I could get it to ping, can I do that? No, it just doesn't want to send. Cool.
Here we go. I'll just go to the compendium.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
I like to get it to send in the chat. I need to change it to like a
Yeah. Let's
I could
see.
copy pasted it, I guess.
You can see within range, glows red hot, in physical contact until the spell ends. Bonus action. Creature's holding weapon takes damage from it. Must make another con save. Doesn't drop the object.
That's odd. I haven't
It
thought
doesn't
about
have-
that before.
It doesn't have a maximum range, and it doesn't specify we need to be on the same plane of existence, which most
That-
spells do.
Exactly, which is
Yeah.
but that seems a very strange thing for a second level spell to be able to do and not like sending to be able to do. But I will allow it. I will allow it.
All right. I lay down. Well, I didn't actually pick up any weapons, so I just hold my hands up. I
okay.
guess, and I keep every so often just kind of flicking down a finger like a tick.
Okay. She rolled an 18. I believe that passes your save.
Yeah, it's still gonna take half damage, which
Yeah.
is probably halved again because yeah, 1 damage. We're fine. We live in.
Okay, Zira.
Zira's just gonna put her cane to the floor and lean on it. She might be invisible. I'd seal the entrances if I were you.
I don't think she's invisible.
No?
No.
No explanation on that?
You would have no way of determining that.
I think the idea, both for me and for Faye, was to try to get her to drop concentration by doing damage to her. And since that didn't happen, she was like, eh.
And that's fair, but you can also determine like the efficacy of your spell,
Yeah.
and like even still, like you might not have done enough to cause her to drop concentration anyway.
I have. The reason I'm not giving anything is because I don't have anything. I'm just pretty sure she's not invisible. It is
Valor?
something I'm convinced of.
Yeah. Valor turns sort of menacingly towards these two and looks over them to Vence and says, "You will not have my weapon until the villain is vanquished."
Okay. Are you taking an action?
Not really. The action's probably just to, if reappear, hit. But I don't think that's how it's going to work, so.
If reappear, hit.
Yeah,
Okay.
Valor is still poised and ready to slam down if within range.
Okay. Make me an intimidation check.
It's probably not. You know what? Fuck it. Inspiration on that one. Yeah, this is the moment to be spooky.
Spook 'em!
Just like have these two see what I just did to her and be like, oh shit.
Go ahead.
Okay.
No whammies, no whammies, no whammies.
There it is. Yep.
Okay. If that's the case, on their turn, they do not try to restrain you. They just hold a readied action if you try anything. The guard near Faye will attempt to restrain her. Are you going to resist?
No.
Okay. Then you will be restrained. Razik, are you going to resist?
Not right now.
Okay. Zira, are you going to resist?
You know, I could just go invisible and run away, but
That has historically worked out for you very well.
I mean, it could have, but I don't have a time-stopping sword in this one, so no, I'm not gonna resist.
Okay. And Oryx, do you resist?
Orc will drop her weapons, but if they try to actually grab her, she will shake them off.
Okay. If you try to resist, they will attack. But I mean, they're probably not going to hit. Oh, actually, they do. 21 to hit.
That hits. Yep.
Yeah, for 5 piercing. As this one, piercing. This one hits you in the side and tries to knock you forward. Just to yeah. Do you continue to resist? Oryx? You do?
Bad idea. She just doesn't want to be grabbed. She drops her weapons. I'll follow you. Just
Make me a persuasion check with disadvantage.
It's the disadvantage.
What's the disadvantage?
It's the disadvantage.
Fucking
That's so
disadvantage.
stupid.
That's bizarre. What the
I love
hell?
it.
we're doing
What?
all our adventuring in the sunlight. Everybody, stay away.
Yeah, someone open a curtain up in here.
Okay. Vence puts a hand up to the guards, and then tells you points to you, Oryx, to stand over here.
Missed where you pinged, but I will go.
Yeah.
There.
Okay. All right. Right there, and then everyone else is brought here. Oh, come on, fella. And then, Valor, you are directed to come stand with them as well. Do you resist?
As long as they don't take the weapon, then no.
Okay. Vence has you all around him and stands upright, the shield to one side and spear in the other hand, and says, "What was that? What is happening?"
That was probably a demon that has supplanted the Duke, and we are on our way to tell you, but you were, kind of already under
You were
its
ensnared.
control. Secondarily, we rushed to the keep to make sure you were safe because our preacher friend went to confront the Duke about the same thing and is presumably dead. So we didn't want the same fate to befall you.
Razik, you have an opportunity right now to take an action if you'd like.
Let me take a quick peek here.
And Zira, why don't you roll persuasion for me?
I am going to reach out and touch Valor.
All big money. Nope, inspiration.
Ooh.
Big money.
Ooh.
There it is. Fuck it. That's the one I'm sticking with.
Okay. Arix, you have an opportunity to take a turn.
I will. No, I'm good. I will drop the Sprite Pepsi disguise.
What the shit?
It's a good time for that.
Yeah, I probably should have done that before.
Yeah, well.
Probably why I missed with the holy water, because it was Sprite Pepsi attacking. No, I will just stand.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll let someone else do the talking.
Does the Raven take an action?
Yeah, it just flies back to me, perches, etc.
Okay.
Ah, shit! I deleted it from Turner. Oh well. Don't think the succubus is coming back, so like, it's not gonna have to suicide bomb it.
She very well might, but
Maybe.
she's probably waiting to see how this plays out. Shrug.
All right. All right. Yeah. Now, Faye, you can roll that damage,
Dope. What is it?
and
3d6?
I'll roll a bunch of saves. What's your DC?
16.
Okay.
Just ping this in a bunch of times, I guess. 8, 2, 3. Oh, that's levitate. My bad. 4, 5.
She comes out, just like on the ceiling.
Like,
Get me
God
down!
damn it!
Okay. Let's see. 15, 9. God damn it. Now I have to do math.
Ugh.
Okay. 18, 20, 33, 41, 53, 68, 70. Okay. 7. And then.
That's a lot.
Okay. All right. I like that. Okay. Okay.
More accurately, she comes out and she's all sunburnt. Like a lobster.
We will. We're at time, but I kind of want to keep going. But we're at time. Oh God, I think we have to call it for tonight.
Okay.
I know.
I could keep going for a bit.
I got
You guys
some
want to keep going for a little bit?
Yes.
Only if everyone can. If there's anyone who needs to go to bed, then we can stop.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll go for a little bit longer. All right. So Zira, you said your piece to Vince, and he does not seem impressed. Does anyone have anything else they'd like to say or do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Valor will call out to Vince and say, "You are a man of valor, yes?"
He doesn't say anything. He just looks at you.
That was a demon that ensorcelled you. Will you stand aside and let us vanquish it?
Roll a persuasion check.
Ooh! Oh! Oh!
Show me your proof.
The proof? Where is she now, then? What magic did she put upon you? You are clearly confused. Why?
Priest's body should be here somewhere else.
One of you can make an investigation check or perception check if you'd like. Or, I mean, anyone really can. It's fine. Actually, 0 would not be able to.
Oh?
Yeah, you would not be able
Okay.
to. I'm so sorry.
Too far away, baby.
All right. It's probably somewhere back here.
I'm focused. I'm busy.
Faye, there is a shimmer of an illusion of some kind over here.
Over
Oh,
there?
I'm on the wrong layer. Hold on. This one. Over here.
There's an illusion over there.
Where exactly?
I point at it.
I don't even care if they stab me.
Okay. You dispel it, and the passage opens. It does seem, I'll say, like, for Razik's sake, this feels like a very old enchantment, but it still is an illusion that apparently has gone some time unnoticed. And beyond is a private room. Ignore the furniture in here, doesn't matter. Where there is, oh, you're not gonna like this. A creature. That a quadrupedal creature that looks heavily armored, doesn't really have a face, just a mouth with a very long, barbed tail, and it is prowling in the center of this room, where there is the mangled remains of some human figure.
There is your proof.
Get this thing in initiative.
I don't even want to know what this is.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I don't even know what that is, and I hate it.
It's fine.
It's fine. It's just going at the
It
top.
could be worse. It could be better though.
Oh.
It's not a nice thing.
No, it
Oryx,
isn't.
do you do or say anything upon seeing this creature?
I will just shout sort of indistinctly, "Ugly thing! There's a problem!" and call the chancelines to me.
Okay, there's a guard in here that also sees this. Okay, we're gonna get back into initiative. We're gonna. You are all let go. Everyone panics as they go to figure out what is happening in here, and this thing has a turn. Oh God.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it does.
Okay. It moves forward only a little ways. It prowls towards you, Oryx, and the hole in its head opens and the tongue flicks out and snaps like a whip at you.
I hate it.
That's nothing. All right, and then it misses with its tongue, but then it dives forward with a couple of claw attacks. No, just one claw attack. Oh,
That'll definitely hit.
yeah. Oh,
Oh,
Yikes.
That's disgusting.
I'm okay.
it's fine.
all right. Vence runs forward. 1, 2, 3, 4. God, what the hell? And yeah, we're ignoring furniture. It doesn't matter. And then a few attacks that a couple of them seem to hit pretty well, and the thing hisses and growls and sputters. Like the shriek that it makes sounds like the sky is rending. And then Faye, your turn.
All right. Is this lit in such a way that I can see in there from out here? No.
Once in there, well, okay, I have not. I had to do this one in a rush for some reason, and so the lighting's all fucked. But I can give you a little peekaboo.
Okay, it's only 5 feet big. That's good.
Yeah, ain't that nice?
So nice. It's gonna eat us twice. I am going to try to levitate it.
Okay. Let me see. Okay. Just double checking. Cool. All right. It makes a con save with advantage. I need to mark advantage. It still fails. It is levitating. Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna move it up in the air a little bit
Mm-hmm.
so that I can still be hit, but it can't move around.
Yes.
Okay. That is my action. As a bonus action, I'm going to command Ava to continue to run in there and go smack that thing.
Okay.
Just going to separate us for a sec. Throw in here. Let's move right there. And where's my... I got everything open. This is the most tabs I've ever had open as a player. Oof, bad.
Yeah, bad. Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Zira?
Okay. Zira's going to move up and bonus action. I assume that it's around this area, correct? Yeah. Oh, I can't see it.
You can't?
Not from the door.
No, not from the door.
Yeah.
Well,
Can you see it now?
yes, I can see it now.
Okay, all right.
You can probably see it.
You can see it from the door. Actually,
Yes.
that hit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. Cool. I'm gonna tactically lean and peek the door and bonus action move my hex to it and put 2 shots into it. Give it
Okay.
a good pew pew.
Oh.
Holy shit.
Oh.
I
Okay.
assume both of those hit, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Though it seems to have a hard outer shell over its raw, meaty surface, it does not seem to be so heavily armored that it is hard to hit.
Yum.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I can move there. Like, I'm gonna just try to get as close as I can to it. So move me in the room as far as I can get. I don't know if I
Okay.
can get into range of it.
Yeah, we
That's 10. Yeah, you
Okay,
can.
yeah, I'm good. So yeah, swing, swing. I assume this is a wicked thing.
Yes.
Well, it looks like
Holy
a
shit.
so
Yeah.
Okay, and I got Great Weapon Master, so bonus action, I guess.
Oh.
Not as
You
good.
get a second attack normally anyway, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I do miss with the bonus attack swing, but
You miss. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have great weapon fighting out of curiosity?
I do.
Okay. Do you? It automatically re-rolled the.
Yeah, I put the macro in for the 2d6 reroll one.
Beautiful.
So sometimes, like before, I rolled a 1 twice, so it's just like, yep, second one's whatever.
Gotcha. Okay.
Valor doing it.
Yeah. That thing immediately looks bloodied. Okay. The guards all move here to try to be helpful. Oh, you're not gonna get that far, are you? Okay. And one, two of them can throw spears. I love when things throw their spears because then they're unarmed. It's very good. None of those hit. Razik, you're up.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I'm just trying to get a peek in the room to see what's going on in here.
Here, I'll show you.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay. So I can see Oryx from the position I'm in right here.
Yeah, and vents.
Okay. Can I tell that Oryx has been beaten up?
Yes.
All right. Well, then let's do this. Something.
Right. You get that, Ted?
Yep.
All right, cool. Or no, sorry, not yes, Ted.
Yeah.
All right. Any full actions for you, Razik?
Nope, that's it.
Okay. Oryx?
Hmm. I kind of want to try to get to the other side, but you know what? It's not. No, I'm going to go ahead and do it. I'd like to move around to the other side. I'll slip past Valor if I can, so that I can bonus action Giant Might.
Probably slip under me.
You watch as
Whoa.
the normally 3 foot tall kobold just suddenly grows to giant size, about 10 feet, 12 feet tall.
Oh,
I will call. I already called the Chance Lance, but I don't have anything in my offhand. So I will take a swing, or stab, rather, with the Chance Lance.
Ooh.
Oh, I did not roll that large. So there's actually 2d6 extra damage on that.
Yep.
the
2 radiant
disadvantage.
and 3. That's actually at advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Look, it doesn't matter. You rolled a disadvantage. This is the way. This is the way.
And
Alright.
second attack.
Okay, yeah. Okay. Very good hit.
So that's 15 and 16, so 31.
All right.
I will action surge because I haven't done it yet.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Get it.
2 more.
Okay, yeah. Uh-huh. Okay.
Yes,
Oh!
finally. So this will actually be 4d6 because the d6s will all be double.
Yep.
My d6s have been trash.
Well, what does this look like when you kill this thing?
This is the anger and frustration of the Duke getting away just comes out on this thing, and it's just stab, 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 stab. And the final stab will go straight through the opening in the mouth and just pin it to the floor.
So good.
I like
Okay.
that it was dead on by stab 2 and you just kept going.
It ran right into her knife 37 times.
God.
Okay. So, Razik, could you make me a strength? Actually, you can make an acrobatics or athletics check.
Okay.
I don't like where this is going. Fuck yes, I like where
Oh.
this is going.
All right. All right. There is something beside you, Razik, begins to shift and pull as if space is moving around you. Like the air around you is being forced somewhere else as there is someone next to you. And then you see a bar cross over your vision as if coming around in front of you to pin you by your neck from behind, but you push yourself away, and beside you is the Duke, who looks so different in that she looks feral and a little and kind of sweating and growling, and this light in her eyes which is terrifying. And that is where we are going to call it for tonight.
Oh.
I'm